according to John
The way, the truth,
14.
and the life. So is he the truth himself, or is he receiving the truth from God?
He said that he is the truth.
He is the truth. So
Mhm.
the truth can't receive the truth, right? Because he
No,
is
he
the
came to
truth.
convey the truth,
Yeah, you
which
can
is him.
convey the truth. I didn't ask you the word. If you
I'm
are the
telling you,
truth itself.
he said that he is the truth.
Yes, I'm getting. So if he is the truth, so he can't receive the truth, right?
What do you mean receive the truth?
If you are the truth, based on that, you can't receive the truth because you are the truth, right?
Can you show me what Jesus says he received the truth?
Do you agree with me on that statement, yes or no?
Yeah, just show me what Jesus says that he
Thank you.
received the truth.
Okay, thank you. If you open John 8:40, it says, I am a man who has heard the truth from God.
Mm-hmm.
So based on that, from who is he receiving the truth from? Jesus.
You said John 8 verse 40.
Yes.
Okay, let's check it out. John 8 verse 40. You can see the screen, can't you?
Yes, I can see it clearly.
Okay. It says they answered him, Abraham is our father. Jesus said to them, if you were Abraham's children, you would be doing the works Abraham did. But now you seek to unalive me, a man who has told you the truth that I heard from God. That is
So the
not
truth
what
that
Abraham did. It says that he's
beautiful.
told them the truth. It didn't
The
say that
truth
he
that he
received the
heard,
truth.
that he heard from God. Based
It
on that,
said
the truth that he's telling, from who did
he
he
says
hear?
that no, you got to read carefully. A man who has told you the truth that I heard from God.
What
That
did he hear from God?
heard, that he is hearing from God, that he is sent by
Yeah,
God.
what is he?
That
What
is
is
not
he
what
hearing from
Abraham
God?
did. You are doing the works of your your father did.
What did he hear from God? The truth.
What do you mean exactly? What do you mean? What did he hear from God? He came to just tell
Yeah,
them
what did he
what
hear?
the
If he is the truth,
okay.
why is he hearing the truth from God?
According to Deuteronomy 18:18, the messenger that's going to come, that prophet that's going to come, is going to speak the words that God spoke. So this is what he's saying. But this doesn't negate Jesus himself from being the truth, just because him and the Father and the Holy Spirit, they all have the same mind. So they all agree upon the same thing. So he coming
Edward,
and he's talking and he's
Edward,
conveying the
I
message.
respect your interpretation. I really respect
That's
your
not
interpretation.
interpretation. That's what it is.
No problem. But based on this verse, Jesus is receiving the truth from God. Right or wrong? I
He's
know it's
because
particular.
whenever he comes, he's going to speak the words that God gave him to speak. So what?
Yeah, he speak the word that God gave him to speak, which is the truth, right?
Okay.
So he's receiving the truth from God in order
That
to
doesn't
convey
hold
the
on.
truth.
That doesn't
I'm a
mean that he
man.
hold on, Jundala.
Do you neglect NLV?
That doesn't mean that he himself is not the truth. Because
So
what did
are you
Jesus
telling
say?
me?
What did Jesus
Are you?
say in John 14? He says, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
So
He's saying
are you?
he is that truth.
So if he is the truth, why is he hearing the truth from God?
Oh, hold on. Can Muhammad say that he is the truth?
Why are you now deflected? If
Because I
he
want to
is,
show you. Because if this is
if
nothing
he is
wrong,
the truth,
hold on,
if
Jundala.
he, I
If
don't say
Jesus,
Muhammad. Listen, listen.
hold on. If Jesus is just saying anything that any prophet would say,
He's looking away out.
can
No
Muhammad
problem.
say that he is the truth?
You are looking away out. First of all,
Can
Muhammad
you
does not claim.
answer the question?
Look, everyone, how he's deflecting the
Can
point. No
Muhammad say
problem.
no? Because
I'm gonna answer it. No
hold
worries.
on.
Can I answer?
You're
Can I answer?
brother Jundala,
Can I
hold on.
answer?
Jundala, calm
Can I
down,
answer? I
bro.
already heard two
Calm
times your
down.
question.
You didn't
Let me
answer my
answer it. I don't
question.
waste
Can
time.
Muhammad say
I'm
that
gonna
he
answer.
is
Let
the
me
truth?
answer it. Then.
Can
Let me answer it.
you answer the
Okay.
question?
Yes, I will answer. Don't interrupt me, please.
Okay,
So
answer. Go
Muhammad
ahead.
does not listen. Muhammad does not claim he is the truth. Rather, he claims that he received the truth from God.
And
The same
right.
way Well, can I finish? Can I finish, please? The same way that John 8:40, Jesus is saying in NLT, you are just read English Standard, no worries. The same wording, the same understanding. I am a man who has heard the truth from God. Based on that standard, Jesus is not the truth itself. Rather, he heard the truth from God Almighty. Do
Okay.
you
Are
disagree with me
you
on that one?
done? Are you done?
Yes. Yes,
Okay.
of course.
Him and the Father always communicate. So that's no problem for us in our Christian
That's not the
theology.
point.
Hold on.
That's not the
I didn't
point.
cut you off. I didn't cut you
Don't
off.
worry. Go ahead.
I didn't
Go ahead.
cut you off. But the thing is, I'm asking you, if this is just a normal thing that all of the prophets hear the truth from God, then convey that message.
Including Jesus.
Okay. Okay. That's what I never said that he didn't hear anything.
So he
I
isn't the
said,
truth.
hold
That's my
on,
point.
hold on, bro. I let you get
He
it off.
isn't Al-Haq.
I let
He
you
isn't
get it
Al-Haq.
off. I let you get
Go
it
ahead.
off.
Go
Okay.
ahead. Go ahead.
Now, if Jesus is doing just regular prophet actions, can Muhammad say that he is the truth? Like Jesus
I
says,
just
he
proved to
is
you.
the truth.
I just proved to you Jesus
So
can't
you
be the truth
that
because
ain't
he
okay.
is
So when Jesus
receiving the
said that
truth
he is
from
the
God.
truth, so when Jesus says he
He
is
is.
the way,
Look,
the truth, and the
your
life,
understand.
I
Look,
don't
your
want to mute you,
understanding.
June Dela. I don't want to mute you. I don't want to mute you. Let's have a civil conversation, okay? So
Go ahead, bro. Even your understanding
hold
based
on,
on that
bro.
is valid.
When Jesus says that he is the way, the truth, and the life, is that totally permissible for a prophet to say this?
Based how you interpret it, your interpretation doesn't match based on
I
what
didn't
you just read.
interpret
If I
anything.
said you, yes, what's your interpretation
I
being
didn't.
the way?
I'm just reading the
Okay.
text. What we do around here, we
What
just
is,
read. I'm just
what's your
reading what
understanding based on
it
that?
says. I'm just reading. No matter what the understanding is,
What is your
can a prophet
understanding
say
based
that?
on that?
Can a
Based on
prophet
that,
say?
what's your
Can a
understanding?
prophet
Can I,
say that? Just
before I
answer the
answer you, what's
question,
your
bro.
understanding?
Can a
Before I answer
prophet
you,
say
what's your
that?
understanding?
Can
There
a
is two
prophet
ways
say
of
that?
understanding. There is a layman
Hey,
understanding, and there is
June
actually how
Dala,
it's written.
June Dala.
Can
Can
I
a
speak without
prophet
cutting?
say it? Yes or no?
Can I answer you without cutting me off?
You're
Thank
not
you.
answering.
So
Can a
if I
prophet
say to
say
you,
that? Yes or
I
no?
am the way, listen, if I say to you, I am the way
The
to the
truth.
truth and the life.
It doesn't say
So
that.
I ain't,
It doesn't say
listen,
that.
listen,
Don't
listen,
misquote the
listen.
verse. It doesn't say
So
that.
let me,
He
I
says
am
he
the
is the
way,
way,
the
the
truth, and the life.
truth, and the
The
life. He
truth
doesn't
and the
say I'm
life.
the way to
You
the
don't
truth.
understand the English?
That's
You
not
don't
what he
understand the English?
says, Jundala. That's not what he
First of all,
says.
can I finish? Can
He
I finish?
says, no,
Can I
because you
finish?
misquoted the Bible. Don't misquote the verse.
It's the same.
Quote it like it's
Okay, it's
supposed
the
to be
same.
quoted.
Okay, let me say like this, the word. I grant you, if you say Jesus is the truth, my point is to refute how can the truth receive the truth from God. Based when you quote Allah is Al-Haq, you don't find anywhere in the Quran that Allah is receiving Al-Haq from Al-Haq. No.
Brother.
So your argument is invalid when you say Jesus is the truth. Okay, I grant you. If he is the truth, why is he receiving
well
the
then,
truth from God?
okay. So if Jesus is the truth and Allah
Why is
says he
receiving
is the
from
truth,
God?
hold on.
That is not the same way.
Brother,
It's not the
okay,
same
I
way.
gotta mute you. Be quiet. If Jesus is the truth and Allah
Bro,
say
why
he
panicking,
is
man?
the truth,
Why you panicking, man?
because you're cutting me
Stop
off.
panicking.
Because you're cutting
That's
me off.
simple. Can you answer my question? You
If
didn't answer
Jesus
my
say
question.
he is the truth,
Can you answer that
Allah
question?
claims to be the
Can you
truth.
answer my question? Why
Is
he
Jesus
receiving
claiming
the
to
truth
be
from God?
Allah?
Why is he receiving the truth from God if he is the truth?
Right. You're a bot mode. Just get out of here. You're in bot mode, bro. Watch your head, big dog.
Watch your head, dog. Yeah. Watch your head.
Noob Scholar, what up? Noob Scholar, you on stage.
Hey,
What's happening?
good.
Are you a Muslim or what?
Yeah, I'm a recent revert. Yeah.
A recent revert. How long you been a Muslim?
I'm sorry?
How long have you been a Muslim?
Yeah, about 6 months now.
6 months. Okay. So what made you appeal to Islam that you think is the truth?
Yeah, I didn't make sense of Christianity, especially because I was a Coptic Christian. I left Christianity first. I became agnostic for some time and became a Muslim afterwards.
Yeah, why did you? I mean, but you didn't. You just said I don't make sense of it. Like, what didn't make sense to you?
The doctrine of the Trinity, the Bible didn't seem to be coherent, univocal, without the churches harmonizing the Bible together,
Okay,
stitching it up.
okay. So then that means you know the doctrine of Tawheed pretty good. Then Tawheed makes sense to you.
Yeah, it's simple. Yeah.
Okay. So do you do believe that Allah has a hand?
I'm sorry.
You believe that Allah has a hand, a foot, a shin, a face? Do you believe this?
I believe whatever God reveals Himself to have.
Okay, you do believe that Allah has a hand then. Two right hands to be
Not in the
exact.
conventional sense. Not in the
What-
conventional sense.
But you believe that he has hands because it says that he has hands.
Yeah, for sure.
Okay.
Sure.
So what is this hands? Is it like
Yeah,
our
God
hands?
reveals He has a hand, but He doesn't show you a demonstration, presentation for what His hands looks like.
Okay, whenever you think of hands, what do you imagine?
I imagine something that has the ability to hold, to shape, to execute commands, power, whatever.
Mm-hmm. Does God have one of those?
Yeah.
Okay. But it says that he's nothing like his creation.
Yeah, of course.
But you just said he had hands.
Yeah, this is language.
Hold on. Do correction have hands? I mean, do creation have hands?
Yes.
Okay, so he is like his creation.
You're missing what he's not like. Like he's unlike creation in a sense.
In a sense of what?
In a sense that he's nothing like he's not dependent like the rest of his creation. He is fundamentally different from his creation. He doesn't need like food. He doesn't need to sleep. He's eternal, unlike his creation. So he's unlike his creation in that sense. But if you're telling me just because he says that he has a hand means that he's like his creation, you're missing the point.
But
Like
you said
he has a hands and shit.
Yeah, but you said fundamentally he's nothing like his hands. But it's fundamental to certain creations like us humans to have hands. So
no, this is not fundamental. This is accidental to.
So Allah has hands.
Yes.
Okay, just like creation.
My answer.
Just like a creation has hands.
He's unlike his creation in the sense that I told you about right now.
So he's unlike his creation as far as that he needs something to be contingent on, and he's independent.
He is eternal. He is timeless, and so on and so forth. Unlike the rest of creation. Yeah.
Does he depend on his hands?
No.
A word.
He doesn't depend on his hands, but he has hands that he creates stuff with.
The hand is not a part of. It's not a part of God to begin with, for him to depend on it.
Is hands would you consider a hand to be an attribute?
It would be considered yeah.
Right. So that means that it's essential to Allah to have this yes. attribute, right?
Yeah.
So that means he depends on them in some type of way.
What do you mean by depend? Because this
he utilizes them. It's he does things with them. He creates with them.
Do I depend on my being to exist?
Didn't Allah depend on his hands to form Adam out of clay?
Yeah.
This assumes that the hand is a part of God.
So his hands are not a part of him?
It's not a part of him, no.
What is it then? You just said it's an attribute. So is an attribute
It's
not a part of you?
it's not a part in the sense that we know. It's not the conventional sense. But you're dragging me into semantics here.
I'm not. I'm just trying to show you
It's literally
that
semantics.
I'm trying to show you that what you think is just simple as far as Allah is not, because are these hands eternal? His attributes
No,
of
but
his hand, is it eternal or
brother,
not?
because hear me out. What you're arguing is within the domain of philosophy now. What is part, what is contingent, what is the essential properties, and so on and so forth. This is foreign to Islam to begin with, right? Islam doesn't go into philosophy until so much later, and it's so frowned upon anyways, right?
It's frowned upon. Hold on. It's frowned upon to be doing philosophy. Why so many
Yes.
Muslims partake in philosophy then?
Whether it's for like comparative, like religion comparison and whatever, and Christian discussions, they have to get into philosophy, but it's not haram, but you know what I
Okay.
mean?
But
So back to
Like
the
mixing
hands.
it with Islam is something frowned upon because you assume so.
hold
So
on, real quick.
go ahead, DJ.
Mind if I say something real quick, Word?
Yeah, go ahead.
But you dove a little bit into philosophy because you said the Trinity didn't make sense to you, right?
Yeah, it didn't make sense.
So you thought about it. You thought about God and how Trinity didn't make sense. But now we're thinking about Allah and him being Tawheed, and we're seeing that he has hands, he has a shin. You're saying his shin and his hands are nothing like creation, but just like creation, he has hands and a shin. We don't know what it looks like, but just like creation, he has hands and a shin. So we're thinking about Allah just like how you thought about the Trinity.
No, I'll tell you why this is different. Because when you say, for example, a hand, the hand, when it comes to mind, you imagine a human hand, but it can refer to an animal's leg, like an octopus tentacle, whatever. It can be called a hand for those said animals, right?
Right?
You don't have, you essentially don't have a formal definition for a hand, except what's the function for a hand, and you stick it to that, right?
What is the function for a hand for Allah?
Yeah. So what does Allah use his hand for?
Exactly what he mentions in the Quran and
For
the
creation, right?
Right.
Sunnah. For creation, for exercising authority, and so on and so forth.
So
Exactly
just
what
like
he mentions.
creation, he uses his hands to make and create things, correct?
Well, yeah, for sure.
So he is like his
Yeah,
creation.
so there is similarity.
I told you, when God mentions a hand and you think of a human hand, sure, like the function,
I didn't
fundamental.
even mention human hand. You immediately thought of a human hand because that's where your mind naturally went to.
That's the normal thing. That's the normal. You can
right.
think of a
That
human
is
hand.
the
It's
normal
normal.
thing. And the way he's describing it, it kind of sounds like a human hand, even though it's not like our hands. But just like creation, he uses his hands to create, to make things. So he is like his creation in some ways.
Yeah, so you would conclude when he says that he is unlike his creation, that he means a specific thing about how he is not like his creation.
No, he means it in all ways.
Because in the Quran, it mentions a lot of times his hand, like his hand is above the hands of his enemies, right?
No,
And
but
so on.
No. He means it in every single way. Because he says there's nothing in creation unlike Allah. Nothing. So there is no way anything can be like Allah. But now you're saying, well, no, once we get into the deeper things of it. No, it's not. That's what he says. There's nothing like Allah.
Presumptuous. I'll tell you why it's presumptuous. Because if we go with this, it can be as fundamental as, oh, God can talk Arabic. He revealed the Quran, right? So how does God, who is unlike his creation, talk with the same language as his creation? This is ridiculous.
Oh,
This is as
so okay. So you're saying that there, in some ways, it is a the creation is in some ways, in certain contexts, comparable to Allah. That's what you're saying.
what I,
In certain ways, creation is like Allah and can be comparable to Allah.
what I mean is, because this is dishonest, to be honest. I'll tell you
What do you mean as dishonest? This is what you're saying. We said, because you remember you said, I said, there is no anything likened to Allah in any distinct way. But you said no, that's disingenuous word, because the hand that he uses and how we use our hands is kind of comparable, but in the sense that Allah doesn't depend upon his hands. That's what you said.
I know what I said. I'm saying is that mentioning that God is unlike his creation, it's contextual and it's it's within context basically, but you're broadening it up and making it apply to every single
it's
thing.
Cool if you believe that in some ways, given the context, creation is like Allah, then
we share similarities, yeah,
to Allah.
God can see, God can know, God can speak. We can do all of these things.
That's tough.
But in different fundamental functionality, basically.
Yeah, but that's not acceptable in Islam.
It is very acceptable.
It's not. That is not acceptable in Islam, and they will tell you that you are being a kafir right now. You are spreading shubahad, that you just left the folds of Islam. I'm telling you what they're going to say to you, especially if you're of the Salaf. Do you follow the Salaf?
Yes, and I know what they say.
You're cooked.
You're trying to make me a mujassim, right? You
just made yourself that.
No. I know. I'll tell you why. Because you're telling me a hand and God is similar to creation. I never said that. I'm saying that the functionality of things, how things function, are similar. Yeah, God can talk. We can talk. That's
why I asked you, in certain contexts, you can say that creation is similar to Allah.
Right. Yeah, for sure. And no one has a problem with this. Fundamentally, no one has a problem with this.
I'm just letting you know, bro. Of course. I'm just letting you know. You left Christianity, you left Coptic Christianity for this.
Right. There's other similarities that humans... Noob, there's other similarities.
It's not my problem that you misunderstand Islam. That's it.
I'm not. You misunderstand Islam.
You misunderstood Christianity. You decided to leave Jesus for a Jesus.
We didn't talk about Christianity yet, by the way. We only talked about Islam. So how do you know I misunderstood Christianity?
There's
you
other
had to for you to embrace Islam. You misunderstood Christianity. Yeah, I'll hear you, DJ. Go ahead.
No, I left Christianity for agnosticism.
Wait, Noob, hold on. There's other similarities that Allah has with humans. Like for instance, if I was to say about Word, right? If I was talking about the Word and I, the host, how can the Word have a son when he doesn't have a wife? What would you say the Word needs to have a son?
I didn't understand the question.
If I was talking about the Word and I, the host.
Go ahead.
If I was talking about the Word and I, if I was talking about the Word and I said about him, how can the Word and I have a son when he doesn't have a wife? What does the Word and I need to have a son?
Is this a verse or something? I don't understand, to be honest.
Just answer the question.
I didn't understand the question to answer to begin with.
I'll say it about me then. Maybe you'll understand. How can I have a son if I don't have a wife? What do I need in order to have a son?
Okay, yeah, you need a mate.
Oh, yeah, right, exactly. So I need a mate. I'm depending on something else outside of myself to have a mate, right?
Yes, to relate with creation, yeah.
Right. So I'm depending on something else. What would you say about chapter 6, verse 101? When, I don't know, do you want to read it for him, Word? Or maybe he should read it.
Chapter 6, 101. Get there. Let him pull it up. So he might think I'm lying.
Yeah.
The thing about like God saying that the rhetorical question, how can I
got to do
have a
something.
son when I have no mate? Yeah, yeah.
Wait, hold on. You completely understood what I was saying when I said, how can
No,
I have a son when I don't have a
I
mate?
understood the last time you said it. Not before, I swear.
Wait. Did you read the verse?
I didn't yet, but I understood the last time you said it.
Let's read the verse.
Okay. Which verse?
Chapter 6.
6, verse
101.
101. Okay. 101. بديع السماوات والأرض أن يكون له ولدا ولم تكن له صاحبة وخلق كل شيء وهو بكل شيء عليم. Yeah.
What does it say?
So he is the creator of the heavens and the earth. How can he have a son when he has no mate? And he created everything and he knows everything. Yeah.
So that's talking about Allah, correct?
Sorry?
That's talking about Allah, correct?
Yeah.
And it's asking them a question. How can he have a son when he doesn't have a mate? So
yeah,
according to that statement, what does he need in order to have a son?
According to that statement, he needs a mate. Yeah.
Right. So he's depending on something outside of himself in order to have a son.
He does not depend on something. He doesn't have a son.
You just said he would depend on something other than himself in order to have a son.
So aside from this being a rhetorical tool, right? He's mentioning to his creation that doesn't know anything about creating a son without a mate. He's telling them, how can I have a son when I have no mate? Because this is the only known thing to creation.
That's not actually true. The mother of Jesus, Mary, did she have a mate?
No.
Oh, so it's possible to have a child without a mate then? Just Allah can't do it?
God isn't the female here.
So then Allah would need a mate then to have a child then, right?
Brother, I just told you.
Is that a yes?
And what you told me didn't really pan out because, as I said, Mary did not have a mate to have a child. So therefore, you don't have to have a mate to have a child. Isn't that true?
First, I'll just pan out what I said. First I told you that this is a rhetorical tool to relate to what creation understands. Second, God isn't the female. Right. He's the one that he's relating, the one that begets the son.
Wait, Noob, he's relating with creation and saying that in order to have a son, you need to have a mate. So just like you guys, I need a mate in order to have a son. That's what he's saying, correct?
Sure.
Right. So he's dependent.
He's not dependent.
So I just want to point out something real quick.
I'll tell you why.
I just want to point out something real. No, Noob. I want to point out something.
I just want to say something.
Noob. I need to point this out. Our God is not dependent on creation in order to have a son. God already has a son eternally, and he didn't need a mate outside of himself. So actually, the Trinity is more unlike creation than your God.
To me,
I wouldn't go with Allah if I was you.
No, this is like you're trying to argue. This is kind of ridiculous to me. But anyways, what I'm saying is that
our God doesn't need a mate, man.
That's actually it's not a bad argument either, Noob, because if you were to read Surah 6:100, it's actually the pagans that are saying that Allah has children. And they're actually attributing
Yeah.
some of the jinn as children, sons and daughters to Allah. So the
Yeah.
people are saying that you have real children. So Allah's refutation to that is, how could I have a child when I have no mate? So it's
Yeah,
a
this is
refutation to the claim that is being made, is it not?
yeah. That's why I said it's a rhetorical tool that he used.
It's not a rhetorical
It's not a
tool,
rhetorical.
it's a refuting claim.
It's a rhetorical tool that he uses to refute the elders, and it's nothing that like.
Well,
Yeah,
can
that's what
can
but
well
we can say
Noob, can Allah
It's
have a
like I'll
son?
tell you.
Okay,
the equivalent
Noob. Hold on. So we
Yeah.
can get past this. Can Allah have a son without a mate?
No. It's like saying, can God make
You
a rock
agree?
very,
so
very
it's not
heavy
just
for him
rhetoric.
to lift?
So it's not rhetoric. It's a truth.
No, the rhetoric is that like
statement. Sorry
to
to
make them
interrupt.
understand. That's what I'm saying. But it's just like him saying that, can I make a rock so heavy that I can't lift?
Hey, word. Can you unmute my
It's just
other
like
account,
this.
please?
Say that
No,
again.
that's a contradiction.
Unblock my other account.
Exactly. God, the most powerful, cannot make
Hold on,
something
Noob.
just as most powerful.
Hold
Hey,
on,
Noob,
Noob.
hold on a second.
Hold on, Noob.
He
What-
says unblock. I thought he said unmuted.
Yeah, I got it. I came in on my other account. I was gifting one of the Muslims on the live, and then whoever your mod was, they just decided to block me because of the gifting.
What? Don't be blocking. Y'all don't be blocking people just because they gifting gifts. Nah, I don't know if that's true, Creed, but if that is the truth, don't do that. Don't do that.
Man. It's crazy, man. I was just supporting the brother Jundullah, and I started gifting him. We gifted at the same time. She was competing against me. Earth, I guess she couldn't win, so she blocked me.
Come on, Creed. Come on, man. Hey, one of my mods unblock Creed.
Please.
Unblock Creed. I can't do it right now because I'm
I'll get him.
in the live,
I'll
but
get it
can
for
y'all
you.
unblock Creed?
This is my backup
I
account. The
got it
other
for you.
account that's blocked. All right. I'm gone. That's all I wanted to say. If you don't unblock me, then I don't know how. I don't usually use this account. All right.
Nah, I mean, I'm telling them to unblock your account right there, right now.
All right. Thank you.
No problem, Creed. Now we ain't that sensitive, y'all. If he getting gifted or gifting people, don't block him. I don't know if that's the truth, but if that is the case, don't do that. All right, Noob, go ahead. What you were saying, that Allah can't. You said that Allah can't have a son without a mate, right?
Yeah, because this is a like a contradiction.
How is that a contradiction?
Because God cannot make something just as most powerful, like, or have the same being as him, ontological being as him, like
that's
through
that's the thing.
Marriage and pregnancy.
That's the
and
thing.
So on and so forth.
That's the thing. Why you saying that? There is no other all-powerful ontological being like him. That means if it was, then that's what he would use. That's what that means. He still will be dependent on this other being to have a mate. I mean, to have a son. That is the point. He should be able to have a son. Yes. He should be able to have a son without any person or anything outside of himself.
And guess what? That's why he doesn't have a son. That's exactly why he doesn't have a son.
That's not what Allah said.
No, he said they can't, because he said if he wanted to, could he have a son?
He could have a son from his creation.
Okay, so that means he still would depend on creation to have that son. He's still dependent.
That's the only. Yeah, he would anoint one of his creation to be his son, to have the
that was
of his
I
son.
know, and that means he will still be dependent on something outside of himself, his creation, to beget a son. That means he's not all powerful.
God, that's why he doesn't have a son. That's it.
We're talking
You're
about. We're not
making a
talking about what
hypothetical,
he.
which is
We're
a
not talking
contradiction.
about what he has and what he
This is a
don't has.
contradiction.
We're
That's why
talking
it's
about. Hold
impossible.
on, brother. We're not talking about what he has and what he don't has. We're talking about ability. Does he have the ability to have a son without his creation or without a mate?
No,
He's limited.
he's limited. That's how you conclude that
He's
he's
not all
limited.
powerful.
He's not all
He's not all
powerful.
powerful. He's not all
This is a
powerful to be able to
contradict.
have a son within himself.
That's exactly how he can't make a rock so heavy that he can't lift. How could you get it?
No, that's not analogous.
That's not analogous, bro.
because
It is
because
so
it's like
analogous.
he's like comparing creation, because we can say the same thing. How can we have a son? How can we have a child when we don't have a mate? That's not a contradiction. Because we need a mate, just like Allah. We're just
Yes,
like Allah.
yes,
We have hands.
and he's
We have
saying, he's
chin.
basically saying,
We
I'm
need a
sorry for
mate to have
cutting
a
you off.
son.
Yes, we
We're
need
just
a
like
mate
Allah.
to have a son. God, in order for him to have a mate, he needs to have like the another being of the same ontological.
I mean, okay, you're proving the point. You're proving the point, noob. That means that within himself, by himself, he can't have a son. That means he will be. He's dependent on somebody else or something else outside of himself to produce a son. That means he's limited. But you left an all-powerful God that didn't need anything outside of himself to produce a son, Jesus Christ, right? And even it says in your Quran, if Allah had a son, that Muhammad will be the first of his worshipers. So the reason why we worship Jesus is because our God did have a son, and he shares in the same ontological makeup as his father, which would be deity. So he himself is God himself because he has that nature. But you left this to this, where you have a limited God over here. He can't have the son. He can't do things outside of his
the Trinitarian
within his
God
own self.
is made of contradiction. I don't know why. I don't know how you believe in
whatever you say, but you just proved that your God is a contradiction because he have hands,
No, he's not
but
a
it's not like
contradiction.
hold on. He has hands, but he don't have hands like ours. But the only thing that you know as a Muslim or a creature is hands.
Is what God revealed.
And he revealed he had hands. See, you left this. See, you left this, what you know, for something you don't know. You don't know about Islam. You don't know. You heard you about the Dawa script. Allah is one. Oh, the Trinity don't make sense. But according to your very own standards and the standards of the Quran, if God is God, then there's nothing like him. Okay, then let's take that premise. God is nothing is like God, but we already demonstrated. You even admitted in a certain context, we are like God. The Trinity. Name me something or point me to something that you can say that's what the Trinity like in creation. Go ahead.
Like something like the Trinity?
Yes.
It's a contradiction. How
in creation,
something exists?
Well, you just asserting as a contradiction, but you haven't proved there's a contradiction. But you can't show me anything like it.
There is nothing like it. No.
Okay, thank you. That means there's nothing like our God. No, it's not.
So there's
it's not a contradiction.
Our God is actually, there's actually nothing like our God, where there's actually more things like your God.
Yeah, guess what? Else is unlike creation, unlike reality. Contradictions. Welcome.
Yeah, you haven't proven it's a contradiction.
You haven't. You just asserting that.
You showed your God has arms and hands. He has a shin. He needs a mate, just like us.
He's one, just like us.
Okay, and I can assert that we are made in the image of God as well. Like
our God is all powerful. Our God is all powerful. He doesn't
Brother,
need
the prophet himself says that we are made in the image of God. What like?
Whoa, you think so?
What does that mean?
What does that mean?
Yeah, tell me.
I don't know. You said it.
No,
Your
you
prophet
you
said
told
it.
you told
What
No,
are you
no,
us.
talking
I'm
about?
saying you're accusing me for believing something. You accused me before that I believe something that the Muslims don't believe, or they would consider shirk or whatever, right? And I'm saying the Prophet himself says that Adam was made in the image of God. The image of God has a different
Yeah,
sense
what does that mean?
than what you
They don't
believe.
believe that.
That
Your scholars don't believe that. Your scholars believe that when it says that Allah made
can I bring you
Adam
the
in his
hadith?
own image, that I know the hadith, but you got to read the explanation of the hadith. The scholars don't believe that because you remember Adam was made 90 feet tall, 60 cubits high, right? That's what it says in your hadith. Adam's was made 60 cubits high, right? And it says that Allah made Adam in Adam's image. This is what your the tafsir is saying. This is what the explanations of these hadith is saying.
It
Not
doesn't
that it's
say that.
made in Allah's image. Allah made
It doesn't
him
say
in
that.
his own image, in Adam's
No, it
image.
doesn't say that. It
That
explicitly
is what it
says
says.
Adam was created in God's image.
Yeah, no, no,
No, it
noob.
didn't
He was
say
giving
God's
you
image. It doesn't say that.
wait, noob. He was giving the explanation of the scholars what they were saying because of
The
course
shar.
the hadith. Yeah, the hadith does say he's made in the image of Allah, but
Yeah.
they're trying to give explanations because they don't know what that means because they don't know anything about the Bible. So when you look at the hadith, it says, "Do not hit man in the face."
Yeah,
Why?
because the
Because
sons of
he's made
Adam.
in the image of Allah. So why can't
Yeah.
you hit somebody in the face? Is it because they look like Allah?
No.
Okay, so why
But
can't
he's
you
made in
hit
the
him in the
image of it.
face?
I'm sorry. You
So
spoke at the same time.
why can't you hit people in the face?
Because of what the Prophet said.
Because
Because
they
of
made
what?
in the image of Allah, right?
Yeah.
So we are made in Allah's image, but nothing is like Allah according
So
to
we must have looked like Allah or something.
yeah.
Yeah, that's why you would conclude, right? not a contradiction, but if the author is one, and you affirm that the author is one, then he must mean something else that what you concluded. Your conclusion is the one that's wrong, not the author himself.
Hey, this
You
is
have to
the
go back
thing,
to the
noob.
intentions of the author. That's it.
Hey, noob. This is what I'm gonna recommend. Start looking into this stuff in Islam. You'll see that how you interpret things, that's not how the scholars
But
interpret it.
yeah, but
You're hold on,
but
bro. Let
sure.
me finish. You left something that you probably grew up your whole life. Just because you misunderstood and you thought the Trinity was a contradiction, and that's fine. You can think that. But when you go and you look into what you left, into what you left that for, you are uninformed. You're trying to almost mesh this stuff with Christian theology. You have to, if you're going to be a Muslim, you're
Oh
going to have to
God,
conform to what Muslims believe. And according to that
I am
explanation of that
confirming with
hadith, you're
what the
not
Muslims
made in
believe.
the image of Allah. Allah is nothing like creation, not even in certain contexts. You can't say that. You said a lot of things up here that will be
It is
considered
said.
haram
It is said
in
as so.
Islam, bro. I'm just letting you
It
know,
is said
bro.
as so.
I know
No,
what
no.
you're saying. I know what you're saying. And I honestly on that hadith, I agree with you.
Brother,
But the scholars doesn't. You can't deviate and say things that your scholars don't.
brother. No. I'll tell you something. When God says in the Quran, right, that he sat on the throne above above the heavens, right? You would think that God actually sits on a throne, a chair, or something, right? But
Not
this is
me.
not how the Salaf. Yeah, sorry.
I wouldn't think that God is because he's not going. Well, that's just in my theology. I would just think he's talking about his power, his anthropomorphic language.
No, this would be shirk.
I'm telling you what I.
Anthropomorphism is shirk.
Okay, so if it's not anthropomorphism, right? Then what is it in your religion? What is it?
Yeah,
So is Allah
yeah.
literally
The
sitting
way
on the
the
throne?
Salaf, the way the Salaf, he says that he sat on the throne, and and it is the reality. It's not a metaphor. It's not an
So he is
analogy.
sitting on a throne.
Yes, exactly.
Okay, so your God has a body just
But the
like
way,
us.
that the
Allah
Salaf,
has a body and
He
he
has
has
a
a
body
throne where
like
he can
us.
sit down. Okay.
you can't say something that God did not reveal for himself,
You literally just said he sat
You
down
just
on a
said
throne.
it.
To sit down, you got to have a bum.
because God revealed that. But you can't conclude that God has a body, God has a finger,
Well,
has
how's he gonna
fingers,
sit
God
with
has
nobody? How's he gonna
a
sit with
head.
nobody, bro? Noob. How is he gonna sit with nobody?
This is assuming anthropomorphism.
You just said that anthropomorphism is wrong. You can't do it.
I'm sorry, I cut off.
My bad. You just said anthropomorphism is wrong. You can't
You hear
do
me?
it. Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yeah,
Yeah, you just said
yeah, I can.
anthropomorphizing these things is wrong. That's what you just said. That's shirt.
Yeah,
But you're trying to anthropomorphize it.
anthropomorphism is shirk.
If
Yeah,
okay, so if he's not literally sitting on the throne, I mean, he's literally sitting
I
up on
didn't
the
do
throne,
that.
right? So Allah is literally sitting on the throne, then, right?
Yeah,
With what?
yeah.
With what? His body?
What do you mean with what?
Now I think you delayed.
That's what I'm saying. You can't say. I'll tell you the way of the Salaf. The way of the Salaf, how they interpret it, is that they take the truth from God, the way that He reveals Himself, as is, without asking how, because how will lead to anthropomorphism, which is shirk. That's why I'm getting away from this, but you're pulling me towards it for some reason. That's why the philosophy
Hey,
is
noob.
frowned upon.
Hey,
Chris,
Basically,
I
that's what
got
I'm
one
saying.
question. I
he
just got one
got
question
a
for him.
crazy delay, Chris.
Yeah,
Then I'm
I
gonna have
just
to
got.
drop him because
Oh, okay.
he just delayed too bad. Go ahead, Chris.
I was just gonna say, why do Muslims assume that Christians need to say the how, but Muslims don't have to say how? Why is that?
Exactly.
I'll tell you how. Because in Islam, we take by the Quran and the Sunnah, and the Quran and the Sunnah do not explain the howness of things, right?
I understand that.
Christianity doesn't do that as well, but the church itself explains things that are not biblical in the first place.
It doesn't matter. So does your scholars do the exact same thing in your hadith.
We just gave you an explanation of it.
They just give an explanation. They just give an explanation of the ayat and the hadith based on what they know and what they are taught
The same
from
thing the
their
church
previous.
fathers do.
No, because the
Yeah, so
distinction
we could
between the nature.
no, we could do the same thing. God is a trinity and
You're
we
not
don't
doing the
ask the
same thing.
how. No, yeah, we can. We can prove from the Bible, of
Yeah,
course, it's easy that the God is a trinity. And so we don't ask the how. We just accept what God says. That's pretty simple. Like why can't we do the same thing? You just said we accept what God says. He has a shin, he has hands, he sits on the throne bodily. We don't ask the how.
yeah. This is not biblical. That's why. I'll tell you why
We can't we
why
can't
I
get
reason
into it,
makes.
but you said it was a
We can
contradiction,
get, but it's
but it's not a
debatable. It's
contradiction.
at the end of the day. At the end of the day, it's debatable. But you can
No,
ask
it's
any
not.
Muslim,
Mm.
whether Sunni, Shia, or whatever. Is God one? Does God sit on the throne?
They
Does
don't
God?
believe in the same tawheed,
It's
even.
okay. It's all right. It's all right. Hey,
Yeah,
noob.
we believe in the
Noob.
same tawheed.
I appreciate you for coming, man. We got some more guests we got to give up to. You can come back, bro. Like,
Yeah, for sure. But you didn't
now we
discuss
can.
the Christianity in general. You just attacked Islam, but sure.
Yeah, that's not my topic's not Christianity today, right now. But I run plenty of topics on Christianity where you can come up and we can talk about Christianity for 30, 45 minutes if you like. No problem.
For sure. Thank you.
No problem. Thank you, bro. Just go and watch a clip
Go
back,
ahead,
man.
watch your clip back. Let it sink in. Come back when you get that. Do some self-reflection. Go ahead, watch your clip to the end and start again. Come back when you get that. Do your homework first until then. You done messed up, don't request up. Go stud. You done messed up, don't request up. Go stud. You done messed up, don't request up. Go stud. You done messed up, don't request up. Go study. Watch your clip back. Hey.
Go and watch a
Yeah,
clip
bro.
back. What's up, Abu Malik?
I just want to say something before
Not
we get
much,
into Abu Malik here. So a lot of people in the chat are saying the Sunni and the Shia believe in the same Tawheed. That is not true,
No, they
because
don't.
if it was true, we wouldn't have had Dr. Khalil Andani verse Jake the Muslim metaphysician on Tawheed.
Yeah. What's up, Abu Malik? That was fact.
Not much, yeah, man. I think the topic today is Jesus the truth or not?
No, that's not the topic. That's not the topic. But
But do you think Jesus is the truth?
That's a good try though, Abu Malik. But how about we deal with the topic today, man?
Well, I can prove before Jesus isn't the truth.
Awesome. That's not even the topic though, Abu Malik. Do you know what the topic is today?
You want to know if Jesus that is the truth or
no,
not?
that's not the topic, bro.
today.
What is
I know
going
that
on,
you're
bro?
gonna keep trying to push it, but do you know what the topic is today? It's a yes
No,
or no
I
question.
came to the live
that's
and the guys were talking about Jesus is the truth and Allah is the only truth.
Yeah, that was a segue.
Yeah.
That was a segue into that, but that's not the topic itself.
Okay, what's the topic?
You know what? I'm feeling generous today. I'm feeling generous today. Why?
Okay,
So when
that's-
Jesus
that's
says,
Christianity,
okay, Abu,
fantastic.
so when Jesus says that he is the way, the truth, and the light, right? What do you think he meant by that?
I think he was wrong.
So what do you think he
Jesus
was wrong?
was wrong?
This
Yes,
The prophet was wrong.
really?
Open Deuteronomy 32.
No,
8
we're
to
not
9.
talking about Deuteronomy 32 right now. We're
Ah.
talking about John 14 when he says that he is the way, the truth, and the life.
In Deuteronomy 32, who's the ultimate God?
Now he's jumping to another topic.
See, you see,
Oh
you see
my
what
God.
happens? You see what happened?
What I'm saying is,
What happened to going with your
Elion.
topic? Now you're
Elion.
jumping.
He went
now
from
you're
his
jumping to
own
a
ultimate
debunked.
God.
He went from his own topic to a different topic. What is wrong with you? I even oblige you to come and talk about whether Jesus is the truth in the John 14, and then you hopped all the way to Deuteronomy 32. What is wrong with you? Is you okay?
Because Deuteronomy 32 says Elion is the ultimate God over Yahweh.
Watch your head. They don't even
You
know
have
that that's
to-
confirming the Son. The Son is confirming the Father because, man, Psalm 82, we get it. Jesus is the one
That's
that
a-
inherited
man.
all the earth, like all of the nations. Like, this is just so easy. Like, why do y'all keep doing that stuff?
That's an old topic, man. That's an old debunked full liberal talking point.
That's the bottom belt boys there. That's their arguments now.
Yeah. And didn't you just see that Logic cooked Abu Nori on that?
Yeah, I don't even pay them any attention anymore.
It's silly,
Oh, no,
bro.
I almost took my shahada when Abu Nori said Allah is not the true God. I was like, man, that's deep.
He said you
He did
can't
it
say Allah
again.
is the true God, bro.
He did it again. He's willing to say Allah is the only God, but he will not say he's the true God, because when you say true, it presupposes there's other gods. But
For
doesn't
people
the
go
word
ahead.
only presuppose there's other gods too?
Yeah, that's a negation too. Silly.
in the Christian principles, that's deep.
That's profound right there, man. Mufasa, what's up?
Yeah, hello, I'm okay.
How you doing, bro?
I'm good, I'm okay.
All right, Muslims can't answer this one question. You want to know the
Okay,
question?
what's the question?
How would you convince a Jew that Jesus is the Messiah?
How will I convince a Jew that Jesus is the Messiah
Yeah,
Mhm.
good question.
and make him well, I'll have to first convince him to believe that Allah is God. And
Okay, he
we'll
believes
learn
in
that
one
if he
God.
accepts
He believes in one God.
if he accepts that Allah is God, then he will have to accept whatever the Quran says then.
He believes in one God. He believes that he has scriptures what God revealed to him to them. It's
Yeah,
no problem.
I'm specifically saying he believes Allah according to what the Prophet has taught is God.
So is Allah a different God from the God in the Old Testament from his book?
Yeah, if so the point is, if we can have a reconciliation between Allah and Yahweh when you speak to the Jew, if that can be reconciled, then ultimately he will accept that Jesus is the Messiah.
Well, how would he do that?
If he accepts Allah as Yahweh, then he will have to accept that Jesus is the
Yeah,
Messiah.
how would you get him to accept that Allah is Yahweh?
Yeah, so we'll have to go to the Quran and see the stories of the prophet and what Allah spoke about the prophets and the uniqueness of the message.
Do you know how
So if you
according
accept
to
that,
do you know how the
then
Jews in their Bible, in their book, says how do you know that God is God? Do you know how they were supposed to be identified? Their God?
can you, I don't know,
Hmm?
they
Because
have
he
to
gave
reference, what
them a
does it
way
say?
to know. He gave them a way to know this is your God. I am your God. And everyone that
And
comes after
what
me,
way is that?
because his name is Yahweh, and his name will be this for all
That's why I said if they
generations.
can reconcile, that's why I said if they can reconcile, if the reconciliation happens, then it definitely means you'll have to accept the Quran.
So let me ask you this: is Allah Yahweh?
Yes, I believe Allah is the God of the Old Testament.
No, is he Yahweh?
I said yes.
His name is Yahweh. Can you show me that from your Quran or
No,
any of your
it
Hadith
doesn't have
literature?
to. His name doesn't have to be Yahweh for him to be the same God. Because
What?
no Adam, yes, because Noah didn't know him as Yahweh, neither did Adam.
Okay, but from that point in time, because he revealed him, they knew him by
So,
different
so there was
names.
a time he wasn't
Hold
Yahweh.
on,
So
hold
it's
on.
an
No,
accidental name.
no, I never said he wasn't Yahweh. It was a gradual revelation of his name, of him, because the previous prophets, they knew him by,
They know him as
no,
what?
not Elohim is just a title. They knew him by all
So
different types
what did
of
Adam know him? What did
El
Adam know him
Shaddai. They
as?
knew him
What
by
did
like
Adam
El
know him
Shaddai.
as?
They knew him by different things, but that doesn't mean he was a different God.
So
But
over
ever
time
since
he has had different names.
Mufasa, let me finish. No, because once he revealed his name to Moses on the Mount of Horeb, he said, "Now from this day forward, now you will know me by this name." And he even says, he goes as far as says, if a prophet was to come and speak in the name of another God that isn't him by his name, that's his identified marker, then stone him. Then he is accursed. So show me where Allah claims the name of Yahweh.
Yeah, so that would just be a verbatim fallacy.
It's
And
not.
as I've demonstrated to you, let me finish, please. It's verbatim fallacy because Allah doesn't have to say in the Quran, I am Yahweh. My name was Yahweh in the previous scriptures. Right? Because what we can get from reading the Quran is that he gave Moses the message. So when we read all of these verses, we can conclude that okay, this is the God that has revealed himself to Moses as it is in the Old Testament. We can do that. And as you've just described, he says from now on, meaning there was a time when his name was not Yahweh. There were prophets before Moses that did not know God as Yahweh. They knew him by another name. They knew him by another nomenclature. So
Okay,
it will then follow that. Yeah, let me finish, please. It will then follow that the name Yahweh is accidental.
Accidental. Okay, so
What?
is his name not Yahweh no more?
So accidental it doesn't mean his name is not Yahweh. There was a time when his name was not Yahweh.
Okay, I'm asking you a question though. So his name could still be Yahweh.
His name could still be Yahweh, but it doesn't mean that is a necessary name. He could still be called by
No,
another
that's
name.
not. No, that's very incorrect. Let me show you.
If it was necessary, then he would have been called Yahweh from the beginning.
No, because you believe in progressive revelation as a Muslim too. So don't act like
So was he
God.
called Yahweh by Noah and Adam?
Hold on, bro.
Okay.
You believe in
Just answer,
progressive
was he called
revelation.
Yahweh by Noah and Adam?
No, I'm going to show you something. Can you read this? Can you read from verse 13?
What am I reading?
From verse 13.
Then Moses said to God, if I come to the people of Israel and say to him, the God of your fathers has sent me to you, and they ask me, what is his name? What shall I say to them? God said to Moses, I am who I am. And he said, say to these people of Israel, I am has sent me to you.
Okay, so his name is I am,
That's
right?
just it.
Right? I'm just
Yes,
establishing
so
a basis.
Yes.
Okay. Now,
what is I am who I am in Hebrew?
that means he is the self-existent one.
You're not gonna answer?
I answered you.
No, what does it translate to in Hebrew?
Yahweh.
Are you sure?
Okay, look.
Okay, let's look up the Hebrew.
Read from 18 to hold on, I'll show you in a minute. Because because that's on a side topic. Can you read from 18 to 21? Can you hear me? I got it on the screen, bro.
Yeah. So sorry, 1 minute.
I have it on the screen. Look at the screen. I'm doing all the hard work for you, bro. Did he go back off stage again?
Mufasa, what are you doing, bro?
What he's trying to do is he's trying to find the Hebrew words for I am in that verse. That's
So
all
it's not Yahweh. I am who I am is not Yahweh in
Told
Hebrew.
you.
It's not.
Who cares?
And I think you know that. So try again, bro.
Do you know that's an abbreviation? The
What is an
Tetragrammaton.
abbreviation? Yahweh is an abbreviation. Oh, so the name is an abbreviation. You're saying God's name is an abbreviation.
This has got to be the
This is
lowest,
crazy.
This has got to be the lowest tier discussion I have heard all day. Mustafa, this is brutal.
Mustafa.
Yeah, you can't prove it. You can't prove it. So now you're saying it's brutal. This has to be.
That's nice. That's nice getting away from the topic. Dude, can you read what's on the screen?
Read the
I just
screen,
read
bro.
it.
No, read my screen. That's right here.
Oh, Deuteronomy 18. Okay, I will raise up for them a prophet like you from among your brothers, and I will put my words in his mouth, and he shall speak to them all that I command him, and whoever will not listen to my words that he shall speak in my name, I myself will require it of him. But the prophet who presumes to speak a word in my name that I have not commanded him to speak, or who speaks in the name of other gods, that same prophet shall die. Okay.
So how will we know that this prophet is a true prophet?
If he speaks in the name of God and it comes to pass.
And what is that name?
It will depend on what the prophet is or where the prophet is from. Different people know.
What is that name?
Names. It will be the name that he reveals to the prophet.
What is that name that he's talking about right there, bro?
There will be, as I said, it depends on where he's revealing. So
it don't depends, bro.
Yeah, it depends because
now there could be a transliteration of the name, but that name will still be
Hebrew. If it's not a Hebrew prophet, he will not be known by Asia. He will be known by a different name.
Bro, names are not translated; they're transliterated.
Huh?
You don't know the difference?
Names transliterated. Are you sure about that?
Transliterated. Yes.
Okay, really?
Because Yahweh,
Okay,
even
so
even in your I don't know if you
Okay,
speak Arabic, right?
transliterate my name. My name is Sheikh.
His name would have been
Transliterate
Yahuwah.
that in English.
Stop. His name would have been Yahuwah in Arabic. So if his name wouldn't have been Allah, his name would have been Yahuwah. So if Muhammad would have came speaking the name of Yahuwah, then the Jews know that transliterates into their language as Yahweh. But he doesn't. He
So
comes and he says
Jesus
his
spoke
name
Aramaic.
is
What did he call
Allah.
God?
What?
Jesus spoke Aramaic. How did he call God?
Who
Jesus
cares?
called. Well, what is that? What does that got to do with what I'm talking about, bro?
Yeah, don't even answer that question. Answer what he said, Mustafa. Quit running.
Yeah, it has everything. It has everything to do with
No,
what
it does
you're
not.
talking
No, it
about.
Answer the
doesn't.
Because
question that you were
in
asked.
his tongue, let me respond. Let me respond. Because in his tongue, in his native tongue, when he referred to God as Allah. He spoke Aramaic. And when you ask a Jew, no Jew will tell you that because we call God Allah, we are talking about a different God. They understand these differences. So they don't even have this to say that we're talking about a different God.
Yeah, that's
If you
stupid. That
ask a
just
Jew,
means
That's
God,
let
dude.
me
What
finish.
is the
bro.
name
That's
of
just
that
a
God? It
general.
just means
That's just a
God.
Let me
generic
finish,
title,
bro.
bro. Come on,
Let me
Mufasa.
finish.
What is the
Mufasa.
name of
Stop
that
being
God,
like
Let me
Ilaha?
this.
finish. If you ask,
No,
let me
Ilaha.
finish, bro. 1
No,
minute,
Ilaha means God,
bro.
Mufasa.
Yo, DJ, stop manifesting, man.
Shut up.
Stop
Ilaha means
Now
God.
he's mad.
What is the name of that God?
No, just doesn't mean God. It means the
Okay,
God
so
because there
what
is
is the
an
name
al
of
in
that
front of.
God?
Yeah. Let me finish.
What is the name of
You
that
There's
God?
playing
an al
games,
in
bro.
front.
We're about to drop you.
Bro.
What is the name of that God?
Yeah, because you want to run.
No,
Yeah, we want to
you're
run away
running.
from
You
stupidity.
can't prove that Jesus ever called
What is
him.
the name of that God, dude?
You can't prove that Jesus ever called him. You can't prove that Jesus ever.
Bruh. That's this guy. This guy.
You're
Watch your
welcome,
head, dog.
guys. You're welcome.
I know you looking for it now, it's not coming. Scrambling all around looking
Just
like you
running,
got
bruh.
something. Where you going, little buddy? Stop running. I said, where you going, little buddy? Why you running? I know you scared, that's why you running off the track. You running from the facts and you ain't never coming back. You can't escape it, you gon' crumble and collapse. As soon as I catch you, I'ma make you run it back.
This is why I don't go live. You gotta talk to tards like the whole time. You gotta deal
Sebastian.
with it.
It's crazy, dog.
Man.
Your word.
What up?
I just wanted to say one thing. I love your music. May God bless you. You're genuinely amazing, and that's all I had to say, man. I've been blasting your music the whole time. I love it.
I appreciate you, bro.
Yeah, just want to say that. God bless you, bro.
God bless you.
All right, bye.
You know what's funny, word, is there's Muslims down in the chat being like, oh, he cooked them. A Muslim could literally come up and fart on the stage and then
Yeah.
drop, and they would say he cooked the Christians.
He cooked. Yeah, of course. QTP, what up?
Oh, sorry, it was an error.
Oh, no problem. No problem. God bless you.
Thank you. God bless you. Well done, guys.
Thank you.
God bless.
Who we got coming up, Nick?
Good
What
evening,
up?
guys. God bless.
God bless you.
Brother, I would like to show you something I found in the Quran. Nobody else is speaking about it. It's a long time ago. I wish to show you guys this, if it is something. But I don't know. Can you maybe help me with the screen? Because I'm not close to my computer, so I cannot really pull something up. It is a Surah 21, verse 34. It's very important to know the word-by-word translation under the text, not the translation, because they did just lie within the translation.
Give me a second so I can pull up the Quran. The last
And
time I pulled up this Quran, they went crazy. So
And for the other Christians in the chat, we're not bringing up Christians to give us arguments, so don't get the idea.
make sure I can.
Sorry, brother, I could not hear you. I kind of lack connection a little bit.
No, I just told the Christians in the chat that we're not bringing Christians up to hear arguments. That's all. We're trying to talk to Muslims.
Wrong thing.
Mm.
Why is this not letting me bring? See, every time I do this, hold on, let me get rid of this. Every time I do this for this Quran thing, it never want to come up for the Quran. Let me see if it'll work this time. I don't know, Lord, my computer don't like the Quran for some reason.
Happened to mine too.
my computer is too Holy Ghost filled. It don't rock with the Quran. Okay. Let's see. See? It's tripping. Okay, let me do it one more time. Okay. All right. Here we go. You see it?
Yes, perfect. 21:34, please.
Okay, now let's hope and pray it don't start spazzing out. You say 21:34?
Yes. Do you have word by word translation under the words?
Do I have what?
Word by word translation under the words, under the Arabic words. Because the
Yes.
translators, they are lying.
Yes,
Perfect,
it's
thank you.
right there.
Okay, so when you read that verse, it says, "And not we made for any man before you immortality." So sorry, we have, and we not made for any man before you immortality. So if you die, then they live forever. What did you just hear, brother?
So it's saying that if Muhammad dies, everyone becomes immortal?
No, it is no, it's not Muhammad. I will show you. So it's saying there is a first one who getting immortality because before him was nobody who get it. So he must be the first one. And if he dies, then they live forever. Now go to the same surah, verse 26, please.
Okay,
Just few
okay.
verses
So they
before that.
added old prophet here.
Yeah.
Okay, now go to where?
26, the same surah.
26.
Just before that.
Okay.
And it says, the most compassionate have a son. It's not just an offspring, it's actually son, waladan.
Mm-hmm.
Glory be to him. In fact, those are the only honored servants, right?
Okay. Yeah.
So it's saying that somebody said, that they said, right, that Allah have a son. Allah is saying to the son, glory be to him. And those are honored servants, those who said it. So by the conclusion, when we look at the next verse, it's confirming it. I will show you how it is confirming the sentences after, if you can go further. The honored servants who do not speak. Huh?
You saying 27?
Yeah, 27. On those honored servants who do not speak until he has spoken, acting in his command. Am I right?
Mm-hmm.
So go to the next one. Next one. And he knows what is before them, what is behind them, and they do not intercede until what he approves, something like that. I'm just paraphrasing. And they tremble in a way of him, right?
Mm-hmm.
So go to the next verse and please can you read it?
Whoever
You
them,
can read the translation because it's
whoever of
yeah.
them were to say, I am God besides him, they will be rewarded with hell by us. This is how we reward the wrongdoers.
So it is him and with the help by us.
Mm-hmm.
So it is confirming that what he was speaking about was the son, the Waladan. Now, when you go next 3 verses, it is speaking of how we split the masses and how we made place the mountain and how we made the sky. Try to look at next 3 verses. It is and we.
Yeah, and we, yeah.
Yeah, go next. And now go to 33.
And he is the
And
one who
now in the
created the day
33,
and the night.
and he is the one. Yeah, it's emphasizing, bringing you back to the Son, because what is going to happen, he's going to speak to him. Now watch the next verse. We have been having that verse before that. And we have not made immortality to any human before you. So if you die, then they live forever.
So that's talking about Jesus.
Yes, but go to the 33, please. Go to 33. I will navigate you through this. So it says there, and he is the one.
How long is this?
You just give me 3 more minutes and I'm done. So, and he is the one who created sun and the moon, day and night, right? You can see this quote and in the different forms in the Quran, like east and the west, sunrise and sunset. So let us try to go to 7040, 7040. Now it will show you what is happening.
70-40?
Yes.
Dang, why did that jump? So I do swear by the Lord of all points of the sunrise and sunset, we are truly capable.
Yes. So I is the speaker of the Quran, the one who was using before us to confirming to punish them, right? And now he is saying he swear by the Lord, the glorified Son, who did create sun and the moon, day and night. Now it is sunrise and sunset. He is the Lord of sunrise and sunset, that we are capable. This is a mathematical sentence. It is not just normal sentence. It is saying singular, and singular gives plural. So I and the Lord are we.
Mm-hmm.
Also now, when you apply this sentence practically, when you always apply I and me as the Father, because he's acknowledging and glorifying the Son, when you acknowledge that he and anybody in the third person close to the God is the Son, like he, the Lord, the Allah, in the third person, not I or me, right? That is the Son. And when you apply we as the Father and Son included, well, I'm saying included because there's much more to it, but I'm not going to take your time, guys. I have
I understand what
verses
you.
in it.
Yeah, I understand what you're saying, and I understand what you're saying. I get what you're trying to say. I think the Muslims' argument is just gonna be saying all of that. Allah speaks like that all the way
Yeah,
around.
I know, but they burn on everything. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Of
that's
course
interesting.
they will, but yeah. And it is actually whole lineup. There is so many verses, even the verses when it says, and he is the originator of the heaven and earth. How could he have a son when he did not have a mate? By this code, default, it will be that he is the son. So it is speaking about it is Jesus who did not have a mate, a wife, because he was in the flesh. That's why he did not have children. So it is, and you can go through this like the whole Quran. It will fit, and it will show you who is the Son and who is the Father. But the Father is practically showing that you're supposed to worship the Son of God. But now you have the hypostatic union within the Quran, which is making very big distinction in the flesh of Christ and the divinity within him, and practically pointed out that you should not worship the man, but you should worship the divine within him. So when you anyway, there's too much to it, but I don't want to take your time. I just wanted to show you guys.
I appreciate that. That's interesting. That's interesting. God bless you, sister, for coming dropping those jewels of
Yeah,
nuggets
God
of
bless.
truth.
God bless. Great job, guys. You're doing a great job.
God bless you. Great job. Yeah, I understand exactly what she's saying, but the Muslim would just get out of it by saying, well, that's how Allah speaks. Us, we, our, him, and then it goes to the singular I. I think that's how they'll get out of it. But that's very interesting how she's reading that. And if it was a regular book, if this was a regular book and how a regular book reads, I think she would have a point. But the Quran doesn't read like that, and that's just unfortunate because I think she is on to something. I mean,
You hear everyone out, Word.
well, I never know. You never know who you can learn stuff from. So I didn't know. I thought she was like a Muslim at first, but
We
I
caught
didn't
Word
have.
in his
I didn't
natural
have nobody.
habitat.
I didn't have no other guests trying to come up, so I just let her go off because there isn't no other Muslims trying to request right now.
I was gonna say there was 2 Muslims in the request when she was up here. That's why I asked how long she had left. And when she said, all I need is 3 more minutes, they dropped the request. I was like, no.
Oh, for real? Well,
Yeah.
Muslims, come on back up. Y'all can't answer this one question. You can't answer this one question. I think I got some super chats, maybe. Let's see. Oh, yeah, I do. So we got some super chats. Ask Dr. J, I see you. After I read these super chats, I'll bring you up. Ask Dr. J. Antoine Johnson says, word, stop messing with him. Allah's hands are for decoration. Exactly. They got to be for decoration. Hello, Jackie here. She says, first time on your channel, seeing you on God Logic. God bless you. Hey, I appreciate that, Jackie. God bless you. It's like home over here, man. Just kick off your shoes and relax your feet. Antoine Johnson one more time says somebody got to hook Allah up on one of these dating apps so he can get him a girlfriend, huh? Samawi says, Salam Mama C, word, the Lord bless your ministry. Salam Mama C to you, Samawi. And we got main man says, El God, Eliyahu, Mikael, Ismael, Israel, Gabriel, name of El is not Allah, which is the name of a being with 2 right hands and a shin. Exactly. Squirrel's Best says, put some of that jet money towards a YouTube link. I do have I think if I bring him up, it's a little bit complicated now, but I know the TikTok guests probably won't be able to hear him, but I could talk to a YouTube guest if there's any guests out there. But I don't know if that's all the way right yet. That's why I've been refraining from putting it up. We got ... says, what's the question? Come up and you will see if you're a Muslim. So Mark Gray, what's up? Big up on all the super chats. Appreciate that. Squirrels, Best, and everybody. Cool. Some people were asking for it. Oh, some people was asking for it. Some people was asking for the YouTube link. I know if I put one in for that, what's the name? I know it's just gonna mess up the whole live stream. Because now I finally got it to where Chris Claus, how does it sound?
You're all right up here.
And I'm not echoing. Are you echoing?
No, I'm not echoing. You got like a little tiny hair, but it's not even worth even mentioning.
Like a little tiny hair.
Like it sounds robotic a little bit.
Oh, really?
You sound pretty good down there. but when we're up here, I can understand you clearly, but you sound a little bit robotic while we're on stage.
See,
But I understand you, and it's most important that the people understand you and you sound clear to the audience.
yeah, they say I sound good in the audience. I sound good on TikTok, on YouTube as well. I wish I didn't sound robotic while you're on stage, but I don't know why it's doing that. I don't know why it's doing that anyway. Bronca with the super chat. Oh, my bad, I take it down. Says, hey, Word, hope you are well and have a great day. Hey, Bronca, hope you are well too. God bless you. Ayushi's goat says, Word sounds real good. See, I sound good to the audience. I don't know why I sound like that to you. Brother Maverick, you know why that could be? Maverick probably doing something. Says why I can't find this live on YouTube. It's on The Word and I. The Word and I on YouTube. If you want to know the question, you have to come up if you're a Muslim. I don't debate through the chat. I don't communicate through the chat. Yeah, I know YouTube sounds fine. YouTube is always good. YouTube don't need much to sound right. You know, it's that doggone TikTok. TikTok is just so silly. I want to know the question so I can use it. Oh, I'm not talking to you. I was looking at this other guy with the Arabic name. He asked, what is the question? Okay. I would have to look for it. Jennifer Little became a member. Appreciate that, Jennifer Little. Oh, I remember you. I met you in Dearborn, right? I think you're the one I met in Dearborn. I think that's the one we met in Dearborn, if I'm not mistaken. I thought I seen a request. Oh, they took it down? Oh, she said yes, I was in Dearborn. I knew that. I knew you looked familiar. I'm about to pretend to be Muslim so I can hear the question. This is actually it's really a lot of different it's really a lot of different questions that you can ask. So it just depends on how I feel when the person come up. It's like a whole different host of different questions. Maybe you can get most of them. Imelda, what's up? Imelda, you on stage. Imelda, I think that was a.
Sorry.
Oh, sorry. Sorry.
Must have been a pocket request.
Yeah, that's what happens. I don't have a link for the YouTube unless Brother Maverick. Brother Maverick, are you here? It's not I don't use StreamYard no more, so I use Video Ninja now, and it's a little bit different to get on stage. Michaela, it's a little bit different. I think it's still fairly easy once you get in. It's just the same. You just give the app permission to your camera and stuff.
Hey, Word, didn't you say that you wanted to get a different camera because you didn't like the quality?
My camera?
Yeah, I thought you said that before.
No, I don't think so. Did I?
I thought you did when Light come up the last time, because me and Light were telling you that your camera was like a lot. Like he asked you if you got a new one because it was like awesome, and I thought at that point you said no, you were looking to get a new one.
Oh, no, 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 no. He was I was No, I think I was saying that I needed to get a new sound thing, I think. Unless I misunderstood what like I know he said something about the camera and he asked did I get a new one. I said no. I didn't get a new camera cuz he said
Well,
well it looks dark or something
well,
like
no,
that.
before that, because like it looks sharp. Like ask anyone in the chat, like the video is impeccable on your end. Like it's crisp, it's awesome. It's an amazing video coming through. Like I don't know if you could get a better camera.
Oh, yeah, I don't it's really not the camera. It's the lens that I have on the camera. The lens is a very, very, very good
Ah, that's exactly what it is.
professional lens, but I could get a different camera, and the camera will probably even help the quality a little bit because this it's a kind of an older camera, but I put a good lens attached to the camera. That's what it
That's
is.
that's what I remember you saying before. You didn't talk about the lens, but you said it was an older camera
Yeah,
or
yeah, I
something
got
like
an
that. But
older
it's the
camera.
lens that makes this. All right.
Yeah, it's the lens. Yeah, it's a Sigma lens. It's a Sigma 16 millimeter lens. Yeah. But they are good. They are good lenses. Yeah. Like I don't think it can get any better.
No, there ain't no way you can get it better. No.
Yeah, it's the lens. So if anybody want to get this crisp looking, you have to get a lens because if as long as you could put it on a camera, as long as the camera attaches to it, it can make almost any camera look upgraded.
I'm definitely getting it when I get my home studio.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a DSLR camera I got. I got the ZV-E10 and it's an old camera. Like not an old camera, but it's like 6-7 years old. Like they have more upgraded cameras since especially Sony. Sony is like top notch for cameras. And but this lens by Sigma, the Sigma 16 millimeter lens, it's one of the top lens you can get unless you're gonna go like to the Red or some other different type of movie type of lens. Then you talking about $7,000-8,000 lenses, just the lens itself. Nah, I ain't doing that. I ain't doing all that. But yeah, I mean, it's just good. It's just a good lens to have. I seen some recommendations on it, and so I got it. That's why I got it. Because you know what, Chris, I was looking and like, I was looking at the lenses and seeing once I was shopping for cameras and lenses and stuff, because I did want to upgrade, and I got it, and I was like, man, that I looked at one video and I was like, that camera quality is top notch. And it was like, well, this is the Sigma. This is woo, 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 woo. And I got it and I put it in, and it didn't look nothing like it looked, right? So that's why I was like, and then I was like, oh man, I think they gypped me. It looked good, don't get me wrong, but it didn't look like theirs. I was like, oh man, they gypped me, man. I don't think I don't think I got the the right camera lens, you know.
They done got me on this one.
Yeah, and then like I had the camera for like I had the lens for like 6-7 months, 8 months. And then I went back and I looked at it again, and then it was like, well, it's all about your lighting. You had your lighting that you have, whoop whoop, this and that. And you remember when my camera was faced the other way on my shelf, on my bookshelf?
Yeah.
I didn't have nowhere to put lighting. You know what I'm saying? So
Okay.
once I changed it around and I put these lights up, and then like these lights actually help. All of these lights and stuff, and I got a light right here, and I got a little light right here. You got to have all the right angles of lighting to capture you and make you stand out. And that's what really make the lens pop. And then I was like, oh, okay. So I just bought the camera and I put it in. I ain't do the extra steps to make it look like how theirs look. So that's what it is. If you ever get a camera and to get a good lens, you got to have the good lighting too. The lighting accentuates you, so you got to have it. You
All
know.
right, all right.
So whenever you get it, brother Chris, get the right lights too.
Yeah, and make sure that I got the lights in behind me and beside me. I'll make sure that I contact you. You can give me the directions that I need to have it in.
Yeah, because this camera actually, the lens, I mean, you can be in low light. Like my lights are off in my room right now. Like my lights, they're all off. Like the actual room light and everything. The only light I have is this one, this little one right here, and those. But this camera, it have a big eye to where it opens up and it captures any type of light you have that's in
Okay.
there. You know what I'm saying? So the lights are off. It's fairly dark in my room right now, but it don't look like it's dark because you want the light in the camera to capture just the lights from that's coming from all of these things. And then that's what makes it look like you pop out, you stand out. But
Oh, okay.
that's a I done made a whole YouTube video on on cameras and lighting and stuff, but I didn't know that. Nah, I didn't know all of that at first. But now y'all know. Now y'all know. Hey, it wasn't me, RJ. Brother Chris brought it up. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, I'm pretty. He is kind of bragging though. I'm saying.
I just went through all of the steps that you need to do because you won't be like me thinking, oh, I just bought this camera equipment and it's supposed to look like that, like how I looked at it on the video, without doing all of the extra steps that you're supposed to do. So that's what you're supposed to do. Follow it all the way through.
You gotta love Brother Word, eh, guys? He gets somebody says he's doing this and that in the chat. No. It was Chris.
I threw Chris under the bus. I threw Chris under
Yo,
the
what's up,
bus.
man?
Hey, what's up, Mark?
Yeah, I'm a Muslim. Just wondering
Okay,
what
sorry to hear that.
Muslims can't answer.
Yeah, why is Jesus the Messiah in Islam?
Because okay, so that's the question that Muslims can't answer.
Yeah, why is
The
Jesus the
reason why,
Messiah?
sure. The reason why Jesus is the Messiah is because God chose him to be the Messiah. There, boom, I win. I answered.
What?
Boom,
What?
I win.
That's literally an answer. So that means your prompt is a lie. That means
What?
you're going to hell.
How you know it's the right answer? That's just a circular answer.
But you didn't say Muslims can't correctly answer this one question. What you said was Muslims cannot answer this question. So that's a lie because I just answered it.
Oh,
Boom,
just
you
as
lose.
long as you come up and say anything to answer the
Well, Word.
question, that
Hey,
means
Word. How
that
about
means you won the challenge.
That's what it says. Is it not?
I see how Hey, chalk it up for a dub then, Mark. If that's a dub, chalk it up, man.
Oh
You're lucky
man.
you didn't
Hey, you won,
put me on
man.
for $500 because I would have been collecting.
Hey, you won, man. I don't even know how I can even argue with that one, Mark. You got it, bro. You got it.
All right, so repeat after me.
Well, can you
Ashadu.
can you justify why Jesus is the Messiah?
And what do you mean by justify? Like give you reason to believe
Yeah,
Jesus is the Messiah?
right. Like, let's just say it's me, you, and a Jew in a room, right?
Okay.
I'm a Christian. He's a Jew. You're a Muslim, right?
Uh-huh.
How would you convince us that Jesus is the Messiah? Well, you don't have to convince me so much because I believe he's the Messiah. I'm a Christian. How would you believe? How would you get that Jew to believe that Jesus is the Messiah?
Well, I would engage with one. I would show his beliefs, prophesy the Messiah, because I believe there are some prophecies of Jesus in the Torah and in or Torah just broadly. I'll just say the Hebrew Bible. That's the word I'm looking for. So I could take that route and just argue from the Hebrew Bible because I believe most of it is preserved, especially the prophecies. And I would argue because the Quran says so and Muhammad is prophesied in the Hebrew Bible and that the best explanation for why the Quran exists is a divine origin. And if I can show
Well,
that the Quran has a divine origin, then whatever it states would be true. So
yeah.
that's just three
Well, let's
ways I
just
can show
leave
it.
all of the circular stuff out of it. You're talking to a Jew, and I like what you said that you'll talk about the prophecies. You know, you'll give him prophecies about in his Torah, in his Old Testament, because that's what he believes is authoritative, correct? And this is where the prophecies is about Jesus, so they will be able to recognize him when he come, correct?
Yep, this is true. This is true.
Okay. So what prophecies would you go to?
I would say he is a prophet like Moses mentioned in Deuteronomy.
Are you a Muslim?
Yeah. Well, you think that
You
Muslims
sure?
can't? Yeah, I don't believe that's about Prophet Sallallahu Alaihi Wasallam.
Oh, you don't
Not like a
believe that's about
dogma.
Muhammad?
No, it's not. I believe he's in there, but I don't believe Deuteronomy is about him. It's not like dogma to believe that this specific verse is about Muhammad.
So you don't
I don't
agree
think
with
any of the
Korah? You don't agree with Korah that's Muhammad in Deuteronomy 18?
No, I disagree. You
Okay,
should disagree with me too. It's not really an issue.
that's good though. At least you're honest about the text. That's
But I wanted to
refreshing,
point,
Mark. That's refreshing. That's refreshing.
yeah,
I
but
have
I
a good.
wanted to like point this out too, because when I mentioned the three ways, you said like leave all the circular stuff out, but don't really remember saying anything that would be circular.
Yeah, because you said that Muhammad said it and the Quran says it. So you already holding to your belief, but the reason why I said
Well,
it's
no,
circular, hold on, let me explain myself
yeah.
further. The reason why I said it's circular is because you're only depending on one text, you know, because even we know, of course, you, me, everybody knows that Jesus came in the first century, right? So we would know that even before the Quran is written, people already had recognized him to be the Messiah, and they followed him and they knew he was the Messiah. That's why I said that's circularity as far as you just saying the Quran and Allah said so, because
Well, it would be circular if I just said that he should believe in it because the Quran and Muhammad said so, but that's not what I said. What I said was if I can prove that the Quran has a divine origin, then whatever the Quran said would be true. That's not circular because the
So
well,
justification
what's your
is,
evidence that the Quran has a divine origin?
well, then we would talk about stuff like a lot of the information within the Quran not being known and stuff of that nature. That's how
Isn't
I
that
would go about it.
wouldn't
But
that be circular?
no, that would not be circular. No, it wouldn't.
What do you, so are you trying to say absence of evidence would be evidence that nobody knew anything like this?
No, what we're saying is how do we best explain a lot of these texts? We're not saying that because it's the case that these things seem to be unknown, therefore it is
Well,
from a divine
how about we
origin. That's
just do
not what we're
this?
saying.
How
What we're
about we
saying
do
is
this
that
instead?
it's more probable
Hey,
within.
Mark,
Yep,
instead
I
of
was
us
just talking, but okay,
instead of
my
us
bad.
doing probables, give us an evidence that you would give.
Well, evidence is just anything that raises the probability. So if I just say,
I gotta step away real quick.
sorry, if I just say something like, it's expected of a book from God that there would be some things that are not known to the people at the time, then that would like raise the prior or it would raise the posteriori probability
Yeah,
of
but
the hypothesis.
it wouldn't make the Quran probable that it came from a divine source.
It would, because the theory we're saying it's if like the theory is saying that the Quran is from a divine source, and
Can I give you a theory?
certain things would be expected under this hypothesis, which obtain, and that would be evidence for the theory being true. That wouldn't be saying the theory itself is true, but it would raise the probability, which is
But
just
then you would have
analytically
to
true
go.
of evidence
But
of what
then you would
evidence
have
is.
to go. But then you would have to say, nowhere else in history we see people saying this, therefore they didn't know about this. Correct?
No, it doesn't even follow. There
Okay,
can
so then
be a
just
case.
one second. How
Yeah,
do
my
you
bad.
know that there's certain claims in the Quran that people wouldn't have known at that time?
Okay, but when you say how do I know, I just take that to be some definitive statement, which I'm not making. I'm saying it's possible, and then given the fact that it's possible, we can argue whether it's plausible. So I can say it's more plausible, but in the same time, I can say it's still possible somebody that studied all of this just told Muhammad all of this. It's possible, but that's not more probable than the theory that he got it from God. That's kind of like the type of inference I'm making.
But the inference that you're making isn't a correct inference to prove that the Quran is of a divine source. Because I could simply say, if the Quran is from a divine source, then it could not have any historical or theological errors in it compared to previous revelations. If it does have errors or contradictions according to the previous revelations in historical or theological matters, the Quran could not be from a divine source, right?
So I would say something like, any argument you bring for that, I would just argue why, or I would ask you to justify why I should believe your interpretation of these texts that entail falsum or just entails some error is more likely than the hypothesis that the Quran is actually from God. Why is that reasoning more likely than the evidence or the hypothesis?
You can't presuppose a divine source.
Well, if you're internally, if you're internally critiquing my worldview, I'm going to have this presupposition.
But we're not.
You are. You're saying there's an error in the book.
The question is the Quran from a divine source?
No, that's not. The question is, no, it's not. The question is,
yes, it is.
I'll tell you what your question was. Your question was,
no, you're not going to try to do this. And Word Night said there's a Muslim, a Christian, and a Jew sitting there. How are you going to tell the Jew or explain to the Jew that Isa is the Messiah?
Yeah, and I gave three ways, and you said circular, and now you're talking about errors in the Quran.
You said that if you could show that the Quran is of a divine source, then he would have to accept the information contained in it from the divine source. So my question for you was, how do you prove the Quran is from a divine source? And you started making an argument. That was the argument. Quit trying to change it.
No. What your argument is that it cannot be from God if it has errors, and you talked about it being compared to other scriptures. And my response to your argument was that, why is it the case that your interpretation is more probable than the hypothesis the Quran is from God? So that's a correct recapitulation of what's like being discussed here.
You're presupposing the Quran is from a divine source.
If you're internally if I'm internally critiquing the Bible, okay, so what do you mean? So what do you mean the Quran? If the Quran has an error, it's not from God.
Are the previous
is that an internal critique?
Are the previous scriptures internal?
Can I get an answer to that? Can I get an answer to that question?
Are the previous scriptures internal to the Quran? Yes,
I just asked the question
first.
Are
the previous scriptures internal to the Quran or external to the Quran?
I asked the question first, dude.
See, I love how Muslims just have a good day, man. So when we are comparing an external source and your Quran, it's not only an internal critique. I don't understand why Muslims force people into an argument that they're not giving. This guy
but he said that he was going to go to the Old Testament and talk about the prophecies. So he brought in an external thing to his Quran.
But they have to, Chris. They have to force the guise of an internal critique so that they continue to reason circularly. That's all it comes down to. It's the same thing I say to them when we're talking Islamic dilemma. Well, this is an internal critique. Well, the moment that your text referred to an outside text, it ceased to be internal, because the Torah and the Injil are not inside of your scripture. So you have to refer to it, which means we are no longer speaking internally. But they desperately cling to that because they need it, because they can just say, well, the Quran says so. That's all it comes down to.
Exactly. Coachy, you're on stage.
Hey guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I was listening to you. I'm great. Thank you very much. I was listening to all the conversation, and I will not go here and there. Just wanted to give you guys a little piece of information.
Are you a Muslim?
Yeah, alhamdulillah, proudly.
Okay, so are you here to answer the question about the previous caller that we asked the previous caller?
I'm not going to be answering whatever the previous brother answered, but the question you have, the Muslims can't answer this one question. And there is a very clearly statement in Quran, but that's another topic that where you guys are trying to prove whether Quran is from the divine source or not.
Well,
But
that was a
Quran
segue.
actually,
That wasn't the topic. That was just a
okay,
segue
yeah,
that your
great,
Muslim
great,
brother brought up.
great. So could you please put out in Quran chapter 3, verse 45?
Can you read it?
Yeah, actually,
What is he trying to prove? I'm not. Do y'all understand what he's trying to prove?
Not even close. I have no idea.
I don't even know what he's talking about.
I don't. This is. It's so hard to speak to people who insist on continuing in a previous conversation because it's just it's strange. It's strange to me when people want to do that.
I
Yeah,
hope you're not. Hey, Koch,
Hey,
I hope
Masih
you're.
ibn Maryam. Can you look at it? Masih. God
One
called him
second.
Masih.
What are you answering? What
yeah.
question?
Okay, I get what he's saying. I get what he's saying now. He's saying because the Quran said so that Jesus is the Messiah, that makes him the Messiah. Right?
Get it? That's the answer. Yeah,
Right.
Quran
That's
calls it Messiah.
right. But the thing that if you remember, the question I asked him is that if me, him, and a Jew is sitting in a room, how would he convince the Jew? Because I believe he's the Messiah for different reasons than you, but we do believe he is the Messiah as
Great,
Christians.
great.
But for
So,
different reasons than the Jew, like how would he prove to the Jew that Jesus is the Messiah without using a circular argument? Because now you're bringing out the Quran. Because my Quran says he's the Messiah, that means he's the Messiah. But that's what we're trying to show him. Well, that's just circular. You have to have something that actually corroborates what your Quran is saying.
so that comes to the different topic whether Quran is from the divine source or not, right?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like,
Uh-huh.
that's a presupposition. That's what Chris was trying to tell him, that you're presupposing that the Quran is from the divine source already. So you have to go into this conversation
So, okay.
presupposing that the Quran is Allah's verbatim speech.
Okay. So
But
have you
lem-
got the answer for the first one? That Quran actually calls him Messiah, right? You got the answer.
I don't
That's
disagree.
not.
I don't disagree that the Quran calls him the
Okay.
Messiah.
But word.
Great.
That wasn't the question. The question was, why does the Quran call him the Messiah?
Why
Yeah.
does the Quran calls him Messiah? Are you
Yeah.
actually asking me why God calls
That was
someone a Messiah?
yeah. That was the question that we asked the guy the first time. That was the first question. Why does Allah call Jesus the Messiah? For what reason?
Oh, so you're asking for the reason why Allah calls him a Messiah?
Yes, that's what we asked the first guy. That's what I thought you were answering already.
Oh, I thought the question is that why Muslim can't answer that Jesus is a Messiah.
No, the question is, why does the Quran call Jesus a Messiah?
Well, could you please go to the same verses and read it? The verse before it and after it, it explains why it calls him a Messiah.
Just
Well,
say it.
that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Okay.
We
You have
agree.
to come to
Hold
the
on,
question.
real quick, Coach.
Uh-huh.
We agree that the Quran calls him the Messiah. But the thing is, he was the Messiah even before your Quran was even revealed to Muhammad. Would you agree on that?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes,
So
of
that
course.
means that before your Quran, because your Quran isn't the only text that calls him the Messiah, that people recognize him as being the Messiah. Previous text says that he is the Messiah as well. Would you just say in the Quran, okay, but that's what's in question. That's the source that's in question. So you can't bring the evidence for the source by using the same source.
That is the source of that is the source of all the question you are asking. Actually, if I have to give you an answer, I cannot give you why do I think. If God calls something a Messiah, why did He call him a Messiah? Why is he a Messiah for us? That's how the Quran answers. If I give you an answer by
Okay.
myself, I can't answer on behalf of God. Why did He call him a Messiah?
Okay, did people recognize him to be the Messiah before your Quran?
He came to the people, but the people rejected him. Those were
Everyone.
the Jewish people.
Did
Yeah,
everyone
those were
reject him?
a lot of people accepted him. A lot of people rejected him.
Okay, so for the people
Yeah.
that accepted him, how did they recognize that he was the Messiah?
Well, just like on this topic here, I agree on something, you don't agree on something. It's the same case. Some people believe in, some people just don't believe in.
Not exactly. It should be objectively be able to prove that because people before your Quran recognized him as the Messiah, then they would have to have a reason to know or to believe that he's the Messiah without using your Quran, because your Quran wasn't. And I'll give you this: your Quran wasn't revealed yet. I'll even give you this: the New Testament with his Hawariyun, his followers, it wasn't written yet either.
We
So
are not
how
talking about
did
the
they know?
Christianity. We are
Hold on.
really not talking about the Christianity versus Islam versus
Listen,
anything.
Coachy,
Okay?
I'm
Yeah.
giving you a realistic situation that's going on. Me as a Christian, even though I hold to the teachings of Jesus that's found in the New Testament, and I use the Old Testament as historical value to learn stuff from, to know where my religion come from, right? I still cannot use solely my New Testament because the New Testament wasn't written at the time Jesus came. So me and you are in the same boat in a sense. I can't tell a Jew, well, read Matthew or read John, because they're gonna disregard it, right? So there's have to be a text that the Jews in the first century, the ones that followed him, was able to appeal to show and to demonstrate and to believe that Jesus is the Messiah. What text would they have?
Because Jesus performed miracles that nobody could. So people believed in, some people believed in him, some people just couldn't believe in him. And those were the Jewish people that didn't believe in him.
Okay.
Huh?
How was how did they know the criteria for the Messiah was to do miracles?
The criteria for the Messiah to do miracles?
Yeah, how would they know that in the time that
Miracles cannot be done by themselves.
Okay.
Miracles are the power that has been given to the
Coachy,
prophets to
I don't
perform
think you
those miracles.
understanding. I don't think you understanding. How would the Jews, the ones that followed him in the first century when he came, knew that the Messiah was supposed to do miracles?
The Jews have the knowledge that has been given to them through Moses, and they could recognize the prophet. A lot of
Okay.
people. Yes, they could recognize the
That's a good answer. That means that they had to have scripture from
Yes.
Moses and other prophets so they can know that Jesus was the Messiah and he fulfilled these
Yes.
prophecies, correct?
Yeah, correct.
Okay. Where would you go? Remember, we're appealing to the Jews. This is their Old Testament. This is their book. Where would you go to show them, hey, look, Jesus fulfilled these prophecies in your own book. This is why he's the Messiah. Where would you go? What verses would you pull out for them?
Oh, for the verses from the New Testament or their
Not the New
books?
Testament, from their Old Testament. Because remember,
Oh,
I gave you the New Testament wasn't written yet.
No, I have no knowledge about their books, actually. I have knowledge about my own book, Quran and the Hadith.
So
I
how do
don't
you
have
know
any
that
knowledge.
Jesus is the Messiah then? Actual Messiah.
Because Quran said it, actually. That's what my argument was.
That's a
right?
circular argument.
Yeah, that's my actually Quran. I believe in Quran. That's the word of God.
That's
And I don't have the knowledge.
I understand. That's what I'm saying. So the presupposition you have to go into being a Muslim is because my Quran said it. That means that it's true, but that's not going to go or enough evidence for a Jew. A Jew is going to say, "I don't care what your book says,"
Jews
because
actually know about it. Jew know everything. Jew people have the knowledge about the prophets, the miracles that they perform. The Jews were the people that actually recognized Muhammad, the first person who recognized the Prophet Muhammad, peace be
okay,
upon
we're
him.
not talking about the Jew. We're talking about Jesus being the Messiah. We're not talking about Muhammad.
No,
So
right, peace be
okay,
upon him.
okay, we're not talking about him. We're talking about Jesus.
Yeah, we're talking about the Jesus, but we're talking about the Jews, how they were recognizing. Jews actually
Exactly.
have the knowledge. He's
Okay, and how
actually
would they
have the
get that
knowledge.
knowledge? Where would they get that
They
knowledge from?
got their knowledge from the God through Moses. They have all written
Okay,
in their books.
thank you, thank you. So that means if you're going to appeal to the Jew, you would have to use what Moses brought down in the previous prophets. What verses would you tell him to go to show that Jesus fulfilled these prophecies?
In my book or from their book?
Oh my lord.
We just established this. It would have to come from their book.
Yeah, I just, as I told you, I don't have the knowledge about their books. I didn't read their
So
books.
you wouldn't be able to convince them then.
Oh, I don't need to convince them. I know that they know.
How would they
They are
know?
just,
They don't know. They don't know. They deny him to this day.
They deny him because they are waiting for their own false Messiah. If they
I
accept
know
Jesus
exactly.
yeah.
But we and you, as a Christian and a Muslim, we believe that he is the Messiah.
Right,
So
perfect.
how would you bring them into the truth saying, yes, he is the Messiah because of this verse?
Now, let me give you an answer to that. If Jesus himself couldn't convince them that he's the Messiah, you think me and I can convince them? They're
We just
arrogant.
established that some Jews did follow him to be the Messiah and knew it.
Yes.
Okay, that's what is we doing here, bro? That means that they had something to go off of to know that Jesus is the Messiah. And and you even said it. Well, what Moses and the previous prophets brought down. Okay, so if you want to be convince a Jew to join Islam, right? Or that Islam is telling the truth about Jesus being the Messiah, book, chapter, and verse that you will go to in their book to show Jesus fulfilled these prophecies. Hello?
That Jesus is the Messiah. You should believe in it, right?
Who you listening to? What are you listening to? What's going on, bro? Are you looking at my YouTube or what? I think he just malfunctioned. All right, Coachy. He went full Muslim.
Don't do it. Never go full Muslim, don't lose it. What's full Muslim? When your brain shut off, then you say something stupid.
Somebody was talking to him in the background.
Never go full Muslim.
Don't go full Muslim, bro.
Full Muslim, ding a ring a ling. Go full Muslim, ding a ling. Never go full Muslim, ding a ring a ling. Full Muslim, oh no. Full Muslim, oh. Full Muslim, just don't. Full Muslim, explode.
Don't go full Muslim, dog. Don't go full Muslim. Big Chocolate, what's up? I don't even feel right saying that name, Big Chocolate, man.
That's why I wasn't gonna say hi to him.
I read it and then I was like, hold on. What?
Could you imagine I said something like that to him, man?
Yo, that's crazy work, man. That's crazy.
Bro, I'm gonna change my name on TikTok to Delicious. See if people call me that.
Hey, you will be formerly known as Dell.
That's crazy work. The Relationship Pod, what's up? Okay. I think you did that by bro, are you here? Okay. Oh man. Here we go.
Wow, oh man.
What's up, Rashid?
What's up, word? How you doing, man?
Oh
Hey,
man,
make
bro.
sure you hear him out, word.
Nah, I was gonna let Maverick talk to him. Maverick, meet Rashid.
up,
Have you ever talked to Rashid before?
I've spoken to Rashid. He's called my stream before.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. We talked, Maverick. I don't think we ever talked. I don't think you ever pulled me up. Called you out on what? I said I don't think you ever pulled me up on your podcast. I don't think we ever talked.
Okay.
You might have seen me, in the background, but I don't think
Your voice sounds familiar and your icon looks familiar.
No, I don't remember. Well, I don't remember ever speaking, but I do remember, requesting up.
Okay, go ahead.
So yeah, I was hearing the conversation, and just fill me in. I know that the topic is Jesus being the Messiah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And you were asking the last guest, where would you find?
In half a mile, keep right to stay on I-95 Express toll. Follow signs for I-95 South, Baltimore.
Hey, all I hear is your
Tattling on
GPS.
yourself there, man.
Okay, hold on. Let me take this because I'm here. 1 second.
Yeah, you tattling on yourself right there, man.
Hey, you be safe in them BMO streets, man.
Yeah, I'm on my way to the airport right now.
Keep right to stay on I-95
Okay,
Express toll.
I'll turn it off.
That boy on the I-95, man. Don't be getting caught slipping in the Baltimore streets, bro. Mav, you want to talk to him, Mav?
I just got to work. I'm lurking with you, but I just got to work.
Oh, Mav's
I'm
running,
actually-
y'all.
Yeah, I'm
I'll
running.
I'll take this one word.
You'll take him, Chris? Go ahead, Chris. I talked to
literally-
Rashid plenty of
I'm
times.
literally putting my body armor on right now.
So,
Hey, what's up, Chris?
Mr. Rashid, are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here.
Awesome. So the question that we asked the other guy was, how would you be able to show a Jewish person that Jesus is the Messiah?
We have to take it to the Torah, the Old Testament.
Where would you go?
I would say Isaiah. I know if I'm can remember Isaiah, maybe Psalms, Micah.
Where would you go in Isaiah first off? Perhaps
I can't remember
53.
offhand. I'm not offhand.
Would you
I'm
go
not
to the Isaiah 53, the suffering servant, maybe?
the suffering servant? I wouldn't go there.
Yeah, I didn't think you would.
I would say, let's say Micah, Psalms.
Wait, Micah 5:2.
I believe that's it. I'm not familiar exactly what verse, what chapter and verse.
Okay, so what about the book of Daniel? Would you accept the book of Daniel as well?
I'm not familiar with the book of Daniel. Prophesies of Jesus.
So you mentioned the Psalms. Do you know any Psalms?
From what I've read in the past, I was reading. Psalms 20. What was it? 20. I'm sorry, I can't remember. It's 20 something.
22.
But I remember Micah because it was talking about Bethlehem.
Bethlehem Euphrates. Yeah, Micah 5:2. There it says
So
that.
I know they have it. They have it with them.
There it says he is from eternity. Do you believe that?
That Jesus is from eternity. He's
Yes.
from.
Yes.
Well, and how would you understand that? Is that what you're asking me?
Yeah. Well, that's what Micah 5:2 says.
Okay, but how would I understand that? Well, we know that the eternity is divine, and that's the Creator. So he's
there-
from the Creator.
So Micah 5:2 is saying that he's the creator then.
He's from the Creator, not the Creator.
Oh.
He's from eternity.
So can we say that you're from eternity?
He's from. Oh.
Because eternity
Say that
is
again.
like a. You understand, like eternity is like a timeline, right?
No, eternity is something that belongs to God alone. He's eternal.
He's eternal, but eternity is something else. So let me actually go to the verse here in Micah 5:2, and let me go ahead and read it for you because I want to read it and see if this goes along with Islamic theology. because it should go along with Islamic theology, right?
Okay.
Right?
Okay.
So you would agree, though, right? It should go along with Islamic theology?
I'm listening.
Yeah, I know. You're not agreeing yet. All right. So here, as soon as my internet speeds up a little bit. All right. It says here. But you, Bethlehem Ephratah, though you are little among the thousands of Judah, yet one of you shall come forth to me, the one to be ruler in Israel, whose goings forth are from old, from everlasting. So his origins are from everlasting, from old. What does that mean?
From everlasting rule.
His origin is from everlasting.
Okay, it's from everlasting. Okay. I can agree with that.
So his origins are from the beginning, right?
From the Creator. The word is from the Creator.
That's not what it says. That's not what it says. His origins are from the beginning, correct?
In the beginning was who?
The Messiah, apparently, according to Micah 5:2.
Well, the Messiah was with him. Abraham was with him. God knows the beginning and the end. He knows all things.
No, Micah 5:2 is saying that the Messiah is God. Why would you go there?
No, that's not what it's saying.
That's exactly what it's saying.
He didn't say he is the everlasting. It says that he's from.
Yes, his origins are from everlasting. Where is your origin?
Okay,
from?
our origins are from the everlasting.
Just a second. Where's your origin from? Your father?
My origin is from the Creator. No, not my father. The origins of the origins of man is from God.
I didn't say the origins of man. I said the origin of you.
It's from the first man. My DNA goes all the way back to the first man, Adam.
Wow, you see how much of a stretch you got to go out on?
No, but you saying that I'm not right in any sense? Is that what you're saying?
You're not right in the sense that I'm asking the question.
But that's the sense that I only understand. That's what I'm taught. My origin is
so
from.
You existed before your father.
Everyone existed.
Where?
With God.
Where?
Before
with God?
we became flesh.
Where with God?
God was above the seven heavens.
Were we with him above the seven heavens?
Yes, he was with him with his knowledge. By his knowledge,
Man.
God knows. He knows all things.
Play
so
that
you
song
saying that
first word.
So you're saying that God don't know? So that's not shirk. So you're saying that God does? So you saying that God did not know that He was going to create man?
Rashid, not that, because it didn't say foreknowledge that the Messiah becomes from God's foreknowledge. It doesn't say that. It says his origins. It doesn't say that God's foreknowledge, the Messiah was with God according to his foreknowledge. No, it says that his origins he comes from everlasting. Like literally, his origin is everlasting.
Who's the everlasting? No, that's not English. That's not English. That's not the preposition from. When you have the preposition from, that means that you're coming from something, a place, a person. You're coming from something.
No, not in every sense.
It doesn't mean that you are. It doesn't mean that you are.
Okay, what is an origin? Rashid?
Origin is the beginning of something, where something is
Okay.
foundation.
So his beginning is from everlasting.
Yes. And what
Okay.
do you interpret
It's
everlasting?
from eternity, basically.
Okay. Okay.
So in the beginning, in eternity, this is outside, this is before time, space, matter, all of creation.
I agree.
Okay.
I agree.
So Jesus' origin is from timeless, is spaceless, and is from eternity. His origin. This is where he comes from. I
Okay,
can't hear
now
you.
who
I can't hear you.
before the word became flesh? Before the word became flesh,
Let me
right?
Okay, let me ask you a
That
question.
word was from the everlasting, was it not?
From where?
From everlasting, from the origin.
Okay.
In the beginning.
So his origin is everlasting in the beginning. But okay, let's even go
Yeah,
with
he's
your
gonna
let's
be
go with
everlasting.
your interpretation. You're
He's
saying
going to be everlasting. He is everlasting.
no, it doesn't
Jesus is
say
everlasting.
it doesn't say he's gonna be everlasting. That's not what it says.
He is. He is.
But that's not what the
everlasting.
verse says. Let's even go with your interpretation. You said that he
Okay.
comes from God, and God is that
Yes.
everlasting.
Yes.
Do you come from God, or did God create you?
Huh?
Do you come from God, or did God create
If I
you?
was to say that God created me, I can say that I am from God by him creating me. I don't
No,
understand what you're
no,
asking.
it's two different things.
It's not two different things.
That
It's
is
the
two
same
different
thing.
things. You're being created. That doesn't mean you come from God. You come from everlasting. That just means God created you. It's not the same thing.
No. Yeah, but he created me from what?
From nothing.
From what?
From nothing.
From
He created
nothing.
everything from nothing.
He created everything from nothing.
Yeah, ex nihilo. You didn't know that? God created everything from
Meaning,
nothing.
okay, so let me understand let me clarify what you said by nothing. So you're saying that meaning that we had yet existed into creation. That's what you're saying?
Say what?
You're saying that nothing, meaning that we had not yet come into existence.
Yeah, wasn't nothing in existence.
Okay, but
God
we were with
created the earth, the heavens, man, water, everything from nothing. He just created from nothing.
but from his knowledge, the knowledge of what he was going to create was with God.
Do you exist? Did you exist even though you was in God's knowledge? Or did it take for God to create you for you to exist?
Did I come into creation? Did I become a created thing that existed?
Yes.
No, I couldn't have until I was willed, or we were willed.
Exactly. So that means that even though you was in God's foreknowledge, as you're going with, that doesn't mean that you already existed. So Jesus, where his origin, hold on, his origin. Okay, I'm trying to make you a distinguishing between what you're saying, so you can get what we're saying and what the verse
What I
says.
said. I never said I existed before I existed.
Okay.
I never.
Okay. So Jesus existed because his origin. When was your origin into existence?
Well,
When
how
was your
did Jesus
origin?
exist? How did he exist?
When was your origin when you come into
But
existence?
my origin cannot be like the origin of Jesus. Okay.
Oh,
I would
really?
never
Why
compare
not?
myself to this. Huh?
Why your origin
Because-
can't be the origin of, but you just said
Because
earlier.
he was created directly from a word, right?
No, we're not talking about we're not.
So I don't want to compare.
We're
myself.
talking about you're just mixing Your
I'm not mixing
Quran,
it.
you're mixing your
I'm not
Quran
mixing
with the
anything.
yeah, you are. Because nowhere in the Bible says Jesus was created.
Huh?
The very verse that we just read said that his origin is from everlasting. His origin.
So the flesh of Jesus is not a creation. Is
The
not
flesh
created.
was, but not the person.
Huh?
The flesh was, but not the person.
I thought it's the other way around, that y'all believe that the person was, but the essence wasn't. Which one is it?
His essence is eternal because he have the same essence as the Father.
So,
That's why he says that he comes from everlasting. That's why what you said earlier cooks yourself, because the everlasting is
okay, well,
God and
let me
Jesus comes
understand something.
from that.
Maybe I'm misunderstanding what you really believe. So of Jesus, you're saying Jesus was the person, right? So he was the person while he was flesh, right?
Hey, Rashid,
Do you know the
before
difference
we get
between
into that,
person? Like,
No, I'm saying, but
before we
he
get
was
into that though,
essence.
Rashid, one
No, I'm
second,
trying to clarify something. That's
No,
all.
I don't want to get into the Trinity.
I'm trying to understand.
We're not going to get into the Trinity because we have to focus on Micah 5:2.
Okay, but I didn't bring it up.
You are the
yeah,
one
you
that brought up
did.
Micah
You brought up
5:2.
Micah.
No, but you asked me. You asked me, and it led there. You asked me. I'm not getting into the Trinity. You asked me, word, right? About is my origin the same as the origin of Jesus? You asked me that.
Yeah, because according to Micah 5:2, his origin is from eternity, from everlasting.
Who you would call the Father?
Go ahead, Chris.
Hey, man, I already passed it to you a while ago.
I thought you wanted to say something just now.
No, I'm good. I'm good, word.
So what you're saying?
I appreciate you, Rashid.
So word.
Watch your head. You're not. You cooked yourself so many times anyway.
Watch your head down, yeah. Watch your head.
No, when I said play the song, word, and you played the Shirk
that's
song.
the song you was talking about?
Yeah, as soon as you played the Shirk song, you did it right, and I was done. I was good with them right there.
Oh, okay. Wink, you on stage. Wink, you on stage. Hey, yo, Wink. Wink must have been an accident.
Oh, no,
Not Coachy.
I am not speaking with Coachy. Ain't happening.
Go on, hear him out, Chris. Coachy, go on, hear Coachy out.
No, man, I'm good. I'm good.
Go on, hear Coachy out, Chris. Why you running?
No, I think Brother Maverick needs to not go to work today and deal with Coachy.
Maverick on duty. Not on duty. Not on duty. He can't talk on duty.
Hey, he's out there saving lives. Why can't he be in here saving some souls?
Because the one soul he got to try to save is Coachy.
Oh,
bruh, man. I think I got a couple of super chats I can read maybe while we wait on the next Muslim to come up. If you wonder what's the question, you're more than welcome to come up. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah, we got a couple of. We got Simple Striker TV says, may Jesus guide him to the truth. Amen, amen. We got Antoine Johnson. Antoine Johnson says, bro, go lay down. Bro, just go lay down, man. Just go lay it down, man. That's why I asked Mary, you want to talk to Rashid, man? Because I know how it go. When Rashid, bro. I know how it goes with Rashid. Top Z,
Hello?
what's up?
Yeah, how you doing, sir?
I'm good. How you doing, man?
Good. Thank you for bringing me up. So what's this question?
Are you a Muslim?
Yes.
Okay. Can you prove that Islam goes all the way back to Adam?
Yeah.
How you do that?
It's in the Quran. There is a verse that our God said that He made Adam with His own hands.
Yeah, that's just a
That's
claim.
how-
That's just a claim, because I could pick up let's say I could pick up a Harry Potter book and it says that if you go to this other world, you can learn magic in a school and you can play Quidditch, and there's a evil villain named Voldemort on it. But that's just a claim.
Yeah, it's a claim, but was not a joke. So I'm not sure what was the laugh about.
Right. I didn't ask you for a claim, I asked you for proof.
Can a proof contain a claim?
No, a claim, a proof is the
What?
evidence for the claim.
What?
When you're explaining
No,
something to
Topsy,
someone and bringing
Topsy,
a
whoa,
proof, then you don't need
Topsy,
you don't
one
need an
second.
example. You don't
One
need a
second,
cause. You don't
Topsy.
need
Topsy, one
claims. You
second.
don't need sentences. You don't
Can
need
you can you
grammatical
stop?
bro.
structures. Now you can laugh at your own self, bro.
Top Z, calm down, bro. What's wrong?
Did you literally just say that about the claim? What did you say about that again? You have to unmute, Topsy. You have to
Okay.
unmute again.
Okay, sorry. Yeah, no, I just made a claim, and I know it was a claim. I know it was not a proof, but there was no need for this laugh. Anyway, so I know it's in the Quran.
Where's the proof for the claim?
Yeah, the Quran for us is a proof.
But it's not proof.
For you, it's not. For me, it is.
That's just how do you prove something, Top Z?
Exactly. I was gonna ask you, what do you accept as proof?
No, what is just the normal general way of proving something?
Good. So proof means something that you accept to be truth.
No, that's not proof.
Okay, that's how I understand. How do you
That's
understand?
not proof. Okay,
Fine, but this is
Top
how I
Z,
understand.
if I was to say,
Mhm.
it's crazy that we have to do this.
No, it's okay.
If I was to say the moon didn't come out the sky last night, you didn't see the moon last night, what would you say to me?
I will tell you that's abnormal.
Okay, and then you would ask me for proof, right?
I'm not. I mean, maybe not, because that's what I'm saying. Proof to me is not. I'm not gonna show you to.
So
I'm
you're
not
just gonna
ask
believe
you-
me? So you'll just believe me? Anything that I say, you'll just believe me? Okay, word said that the moon
No,
didn't
I'm
come
not.
out in the sky last night. Alhamdulillah, he's must be correct.
Yeah, no, I'm
Maybe
not
he
gonna
is
do
Muslim,
that.
word.
Nor I'm gonna ask you to show me a video. I'm not gonna do that either. So I'm
Okay,
not gonna
well,
ask you to prove
not
it to
even if
me.
it's a video. I can I give
Exactly.
you? Okay, let's just say no video.
Mhm.
You wouldn't ask me for some sort of documentation. You'll just believe me.
What does believe mean to you?
We really can't make this up, bro.
No,
Are
I'm
you
not.
are
I
you
mean,
trolling me?
I swear to God, I am not, because believe means, to me, believe means accepting something based on reasons. So if you give me an
Okay,
acceptable,
reasons.
good
And what
reason, then I will believe you. Yes, the moon
exactly?
did not come out from that
Okay,
side.
so what type of reasons would you need to believe me?
Good. So now do you fine with the way I speak to you, and do you know that I'm not trolling you?
That's fine. That's fine. You're
Okay,
not
good.
trolling me, which is
Good. Yeah.
concerning, but that's okay.
No, because sometimes we are lost in these words, and we,
I understand.
sometimes
English probably
yeah.
not your first language. I get you. So
It's
don't
absolutely not. Yeah.
Okay. So
That's why I
the
am
reasons
careful.
the reasons that I would have to present to you
Mhm.
would have to be backed up by something, right?
Exactly, empirical
Okay.
evidence.
Okay. So how would I prove to you that the moon didn't come out in the sky last night?
Good. There's only two possibilities.
Okay.
Either it didn't happen.
Mhm.
If it happened, it has to be a miracle, because this is completely abnormal.
But what would you ask if I was to say that? That means I would have to give you
Sure, yes, I will ask you for the witnesses. I will ask you
witnesses.
for,
Okay.
yeah, your prior knowledge. I will ask you for scientific reasons. I will ask you
Okay.
for philosophical reasons. Hold on, please. I will ask you for linguistics reasons. I will ask you for your prophecies. I will ask you a lot of things.
Okay. And when we take all of this into account, we present it as what?
We try to present something acceptable to people that, yes, whatever I'm saying to you, that's acceptable.
As evidence, maybe?
As what you can call proof, but I don't call
Evidence?
Evidence, sure.
Okay, thank you. What is the evidence that you will bring to me outside of your Quran? Because we need corroborating evidence. Evidence supports a claim. What is the evidence you will bring to me to show me Adam and all of these previous prophets practice Islam?
That's a good point. My evidence is the person who brought the message to me, which is the Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam.
He's making the claim. That's still the claim. You can't
And he
present the
can still
claim
be-
as evidence, bro. What are we doing? We just went through this whole thing and you just fell back on a claim.
You need evidence that this book is from God, right?
No, all I need is evidence that the claim that the Quran makes is true. Every claim that a book make, I don't have to go and just be like, well, if this is not from God, I can't believe this book, because the book will bring certain evidences with it. So we're treating this Quran as a historical book right now. It's historically, because it made a historical claim about a historical person that existed. So we don't have to bring theology into this. We can just do it as a historical claim, like a historical book. So historically, how would you prove that Adam and all of the previous prophets practice Islam?
So you want historical evidence.
Yeah, we can do it historically.
So do you trust history as an what's called brute fact?
Depends if it's attested to.
So if it depends, then why do you want me to bring you something that you are not 100%, you don't even accept it, which is history?
It's crazy, like how you trying to wiggle out showing me that this would be very, very easy, because your God, he revealed historically, according to the Quran, previous scriptures and gave revelation to previous prophets and called them all Muslim, and they practice Islam. So
Exactly, but I will help you here.
So how will we prove the claim that the Quran makes?
Yeah, I will help you. I don't rely on history to prove. Well, first of all, I'm not going to prove anything to you. I will talk to you and make you understand that we don't rely on history to practice
Mashallah.
our religion. Maybe you need history, which is an unreliable source
Hey,
to prove your
I
religion.
got
so
We don't.
far,
This
so
is
far,
crazy.
you've admitted that you can't prove anything and you can't rely on history.
And there is a reason.
The
There is a
religion
reason I
I
am
do not
dragging you.
want to be a
There is
part
a
of.
reason
Right
I am
there.
dragging you. Yes, there is a reason I am dragging you, because so I can show you, make sure you understand. We rely on verbal testimonies of the people. I don't
Okay.
need history.
Okay.
I know
Now,
Muhammad
okay.
like I know my son. What
Okay. Do you know
evidence do you
Muhammad like
want
you know
from
your
me?
son? Okay.
More than my son, actually.
Okay. Okay. Top Z.
Yeah.
Muhammad made the claim.
Yes.
Who attested to this claim?
Me. I am doing it right now.
You don't know.
And that's enough for me.
Bruh, what?
Wow.
You see?
Yeah, go ahead,
This
challenge
is
it.
crazy,
Challenge
bro.
it.
Did you
Yeah,
meet the
why
previous
should
prophets?
we believe you?
Yeah. Oh,
Exactly.
did you meet the previous
Okay, good.
prophets?
Challenge my evidence. Challenge my evidence.
You didn't
Challenge
bring
my
any.
Evidence was you, dude.
The Quran. The Quran is the Quran.
That's the
what we're
claim.
testing. That's what we're testing, my guy.
Exactly. So test it.
Oh man, you got it, Black. You got it,
that's
BD.
what we're testing right now. The Quran is making a claim. We're testing whether or not the claim is true.
Okay, fine. Let's do it. So the Quran, it's saying that Allah made Adam with his own hands. Is this statement true or not? Let's test it. Can we?
Well, can we?
Exactly. Yeah. Let's go.
Then prove it.
Bring something like it. This is the challenge. Bring something like it. A'udhu billahi minash shaitanir rajim from you. Yes, I know.
Oh, you can't even make this up.
Nah, bro.
You can't even make this up.
Go ahead.
Come on, man.
Go ahead.
What are we
Bring like it,
doing?
all of you. Use your Apple technology computers. Bring just a line like it, my brother. Which you will not, which you never will be able to. That's the challenge of the Quran, my friends.
Yeah, Tabzi.
Yes.
What's if I was to write something in Arabic, how would you know if it's like the Quran or not?
Allahu Akbar. Because we have memorized these verses by heart, my friend. If you tell me your name is Maikila, and if I
That
come
doesn't
up,
give me the criterion.
okay,
What's the
give me
criterion to
hold on,
determine?
1 second, one second. If I tell you my name is Maikatila, see the way I'm saying it, Maikatila, and if
whatever.
after 10 years I go to, let's say, South Africa, and someone asks me about you, what's that one guy's name? If I tell him
Whatever.
Maikatula, he's gonna tell me, no, it was not Maikatula, it was Maikatila, because we are that serious about our religion. You think you're gonna come and bring me something? I will recognize it from your voice, from your tone, from the sound, from the stress of the word.
What's the criterion?
Hold on. There is something called Hajj in linguistics. It's
Where's
the stress of the word.
Tabzi?
Yeah.
Where do you find this criterion from, or are you simply just making it up?
Which criteria, sorry?
He's making it up as he goes along. He forgot what he was doing.
I am intelligent and I'm making up something on the spot.
Well, you being intelligent is very debatable right now.
I was going to say.
Yeah, it's funny, I know.
So so the only criteria you've given is that the only way we can imitate something like the Quran is just by reciting the Quran to you. That's not making something similar. That's just repeating the same thing over again. So what does it mean to have something like the Quran? What does that actually mean to you?
Well, there are a good question by the way. So no, my only
of course, that's why I asked.
Exactly. So my only criteria was not for you to verbatimly repeat something to me. Linguistically, historically, scientifically, objectively, all those criteria are being met by this book. And no, I'm not a Muslim because I'm just a Muslim because I choose to know.
Did you? I'm going to be honest with you, Topsy.
Yeah.
That is a beautiful answer to a question I did not ask.
I thought you were asking for criteria.
No, what does it mean to be like the Quran?
Okay, good question. Right now, say a sentence that has this form. This is the challenge. You're going to say the sentence in right now in present tense, which will have the aspects of the past present tense, the aspects of the past present tense. Listen to my question. And then we'll give you the conclusion for the future. Go ahead.
What was that?
Exactly, my friend.
That was. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. I'm gonna be honest with you, brother. Somebody grab a bucket and a mop because that was a huge amount of word vomit.
I'm gonna one more time. Make a sentence in present tense that has the past perfect aspects. Do you even know what that means?
Sure, yeah. I'll do it in 3 words. Christ is risen.
It's what?
Christ is risen. It has those 3 words. Christ is risen.
Yes,
has not only the past, the present, and the future in the same sentence. In fact, just by using one word, is.
Okay,
So because I fulfilled your criteria,
Yeah.
I have made something in only 3 words exactly like the Quran. Congratulations, I beat the challenge. When should I expect your baptism?
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Really good. You are more smart. What is the
Of course I am.
conclusion of this
Thank
verse which
you.
you just revealed?
Nah, Topsy, you're cooking.
You
What's the conclusion of the verse? Yeah,
The conclusion of the verse is not only has Christ risen from the dead,
Okay, risen
he
doing what?
is
Doing
risen
what?
from the
Doing
dead,
what? No,
never
no,
to
no.
die
Step by
again.
step.
Hold on,
Christ is
I'm
risen
answering
doing
your
what?
question.
Christ is doing what?
Hold on.
What's the
Hold
conclusion?
on,
Doing what?
Topsy. Hold
Swimming?
on.
Are you gonna go
Hold
swimming
on.
now?
You asked me what it means. Hold on,
Christ is risen
Topsy.
doing what? What's
Calm
your
down. Don't
conclusion?
panic. Don't
I'm
panic.
not
Don't panic. We'll
panicking.
walk
I'm
through
not
it together.
panicking. I'm not gonna let
Hold
you go.
on.
It's not panic.
Hold on. Then don't get loud. Don't get loud. I'm answering
No,
your
no, no, no,
question.
no, 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 sir.
I'm answering your question.
The Christ is risen now. What is he gonna do?
Shut up, go away and calm down a bit if you must. Know you think you cooking, but you doing too much. You need to mute up. Shut your motor mouth. You need to mute up. Don't know what you talking about. You need to mute up. Shut your motor mouth. You need to mute up. Don't know what you talking about.
Blah, blah, blah. Mute up.
Blah, blah, blah. Mute up.
Go ahead.
Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. Number one, what is the conclusion of all of this? Number one, in the past, Christ has risen from the dead. In the present, Christ is risen, which means that he is currently risen from the dead, never to die again. That's also with the future. He will never die again. And because he will never die again, he is the one who rules over life and death. Therefore, he is God. Therefore, you need to pay your allegiance to him. Again, when should I be expecting your baptism?
You're muted, Top Z.
He might not even know he's muted.
He's just talking right now
He
to
sure
this
don't.
day.
Oh, okay. No. I was not talking. No, I was writing. Thank you. No, this was fun, I think, but we are all talking at the same time, and I don't even think this is academic because you guys don't know the basic of the grammar.
We don't know the basics. This
We
guy
were-
that kept bringing the claim as the evidence.
How can you use the word academic after
Yeah.
the conversation we just heard?
Yeah, I even know how to write it because there was no conclusion
knows
in
how
your
to spell
sentence,
it.
and you
We
didn't
had
even
we had
ask
an
me.
entire y'all were
Oh, BD, you breaking up.
Yeah, I cannot hear him.
Yeah, I mean, I only heard LT talk, but I'm pretty sure all you were talking at the same time.
Yeah, we wasn't. We was laughing at him, but we weren't talking like. Bro said that this is not academic. We don't even know the basis, and all you've been doing is using circular arguments, bringing the claim as evidence, and you can't do any historical. You can't bring anything historically verifiable, and you say we don't know the basics. Top Z, what's going on?
No.
y'all were dealing with this guy for like 10, 15, 20 minutes. I pop in, ask him a single question, and in 5 minutes, he's already stuttering and wanting to run. This is
I know
crazy.
we were waiting for you. Now, do you want a cookie?
You say we
I
was waiting
appreciate
for
it. I've
you.
already done it. You've already been flipped. Would you like me to
You want to
flip you over
carry
and do it
on
again?
top?
Hey,
Yeah.
Would you like me to do it again?
Come on,
I want a
man.
cookie. What
That's why
kind
I'm
is it?
saying it's not even academic.
I don't
That's
mind
why.
a cookie. I'm just saying.
So
Host,
let's
host, do you understand why I said it's not
let's
academic?
actually get academic here.
Okay, go ahead.
Aside from simply saying, well, because my book says so, what is an objective reason to believe in the testimony of the Quran in relation to the previous apostles? In fact, the Quran says in Surah 1094, if you are in doubt of what we are telling to you, then go ask those who have been reading the scriptures before you. And the
Which they had
context is about
yeah,
the stories of the previous prophets in
which
Surah
they had
1094. So where
original
does the Quran take us
Injil,
to, Tabzi?
the original in Injil, Taurat, and Zabur. You're absolutely right.
Okay, so is the Quran telling us to go to a book that doesn't exist?
No, well, let's not go from the main thing. So the real question
Yeah,
was,
no, hey, LT,
how do you
hey,
prove that Adam was
wait a minute.
historically? I needed to prove that.
I
Is that right?
thought you said you were going to do with this academically.
Yeah, but okay. Do you want
So
to
answer my question directly, like an academic.
Okay. First of all, do you want to change topic?
No, this is the topic. This is about proving what the Quran says. This is what we're asking for, because the Quran actually helps us in pointing to proof to validate what its claims are. In Surah 1094, it says, if you are in doubt about what we have revealed to you, then go to those who have been reading, to ask those who have been reading the book before you. Surely the truth has come to you from your Lord, and do not be among those who doubt. So the Quran says, if you're doubting, go to whom in Surah 1094?
Yeah, but this was not our topic, and the host was
This is
asking
the
me
topic.
to prove to him that Allah made Adam. That's what he wanted me to show
That's
him.
not the claim that he made.
That is not what I asked you. I asked you, you believe that Islam goes all the
I heard
way
it.
back to Adam. And I asked
Yes,
you to
yeah.
prove that.
Yeah, and I told you my evidence is the Quran because my God says that in the
All
Quran.
right.
The
So
Quran
the
is the one
evidence.
making
Have a
the
good day.
evidence. The Quran is the one making the claim, genius.
Go and watch your clip back, man.
Let it sink in. Come back when you get that. Do some self-reflection. Go ahead, watch your clip to the end and start again. Come back when you get do your homework.
Let's pray for
first
these
until
people,
then.
man.
You done messed up, don't request up, go study. You done messed up,
Go
don't
study,
request
man.
up, go study. You done messed up, don't request up, go study. You done messed up, don't request up, go study.
Nah, I think Top Z was making sense. You know, there's nothing like the Quran. This is from God,
You don't
and
see
we
how
know there's nothing like the Quran because I said so.
you
That's
don't
why.
you don't see how, DJ?
You don't see
Because
how?
that's why. Because
You
that's
don't see
why.
how? Yo.
Hey,
What's up, Z?
Before we
It's
get
good.
into it, hey Z, are you a Muslim?
Yeah.
Did Top Z just cook us?
I actually just joined the live. I didn't hear nothing.
Yeah, I already brought
Good
Kochi
way,
up.
good
That's
way to
cool.
get out of that question. Good way.
All right. Anyway, can I hear this one question? I'm curious to hear.
Yeah,
what
go
it is.
ahead, DJ or LT. One, yeah, you know how I run a DJ or
LT, you want to go, or do you want to? I could go.
I'm gonna say I haven't heard brother LT go out and move Manoon in a little bit, and I think if he's got some time, I'm ready to sit back and let him go.
You know what? I
My
got
live
time.
just froze.
I got
I don't
time.
know if it
did
froze
it?
for
Did
anyone else.
wasn't the other guy named Top Z?
Yeah.
So
Yo,
this
my
is just
thing
regular
just
Z.
froze. I don't know if y'all's froze too, but I
Am
couldn't
I
hear
frozen?
anything for like a few seconds.
Am I frozen?
I hear you.
I hear you.
Maybe
Am my
Z.
picture? Am my
Maybe Z
picture
needs to go
frozen?
down.
Yeah, your picture's
Maybe.
not frozen. I see you.
Oh,
Cool.
okay. It did yesterday. That's
Damn,
why.
I keep lagging.
Maybe Z needs to go down, then come back up.
Yeah, let me rejoin. Let me
We
rejoin.
changed the virtual plugin. Remember, Word?
Yeah, I was just making sure. You know, I was just making sure.
I'll be back. All right.
All right,
All right.
request back up, bro.
You see, we had the top Z, but now the top is left. It's just Z now.
Now we got just Z. Let me read this super chat from Brother Chris real quick. We got Brother One Way Apologetics, the Imam of the Salam Mama C group, or called the Quran Only Christians. He says logic needs to add what is a belief in his book. Yeah, bruh said what is belief? Like, this is, man, it's crazy, y'all. Let's see. I think he's not back yet. Muhammad Grapist, you're not coming up. You're not a Muslim. Okay, Z is back.
Yeah, I'm back.
All right.
All right, we good now.
We good?
Yeah.
All right. Go ahead, LT.
Cool. So let's see here. There's actually a few in relation to these, but the one that I often use, which our Muslim friends can't answer, is establishing the claims made about the previous prophets and specifically about Jesus being the Messiah. Why is Jesus the Messiah?
Hey,
Why
that's
is
what the
the
topic
Messiah?
was.
Yeah, what makes Jesus the Messiah?
Because you talking about in Islam or Christianity?
In Islam.
Oh, all right. So he's the Messiah because he's the savior for Israel.
Where does the Quran say that? Like, I'm willing to go with you. I just want to know where you're getting that from.
I mean, we assume it because he's just given the title.
You assume it?
Yeah,
then
it doesn't
then
actually say in the Quran why he's called Al-Masih.
okay, so the Quran doesn't tell you why he's called the Messiah. Does the Quran even tell you what the term Messiah means?
And I don't believe so.
Mm. So the Quran uses a term. It doesn't actually tell you what it means, but you know what Messiah means, right?
Yep.
So what does it mean?
It means someone anointed
Where do you get that
to save
from?
people. I mean, that's the definition of the word I'm familiar with.
Right, but where does the definition come from? Because words don't have meanings outside of the names that we give them, and the meaning must have come from somewhere.
I
So who
mean, I
tells
got
us?
it from a dictionary. I don't know.
Okay. So the
Yeah.
dictionary, if you were reading the dictionary, let me help you here. If you were
Yeah.
reading the dictionary, it would tell you the origin of where it comes from. And it comes from the Hebrew Bible. It comes from the
Yep.
term Mashiach, which means anointed. So if we're going to
Yeah.
get the definition from the previous scriptures should really tell us what the term Messiah means, right?
The previous scriptures should tell you what Messiah means.
And how Jesus is the Messiah, if the term is attributed to him, right?
I mean, sure, but that's not central to our belief. But sure, I can go with you.
Well, I mean, like, if Jesus being the Messiah is one of the central beliefs about the prophets, right? You have to believe about the prophets.
I mean, you just have to believe what Allah says about them.
Right. So why should we believe what Allah says about them? Specifically, Allah says that Jesus is the Messiah, right?
Yep.
So if Jesus is the Messiah and the Quran says it, then we're going to have to believe it. And if I'm going to have to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, I'm going to have to figure out what it means and why. So why is Jesus the Messiah?
According to you?
No.
Just like I told you, I mean, our scholarly interpretations say that he's the Messiah because he was anointed to come for Israel, to save them from their idol worship.
So did all the other prophets come and save Israel from idol worship?
Not all the prophets.
What do you mean, not all the prophets? Which
I
one
mean,
didn't?
in Islam, we believe in 124,000 prophets across nations.
Sure, but I mean about the prophets sent to Israel.
Okay, sure. The Israeli prophets.
Yeah. So if they were the ones who were sent to turn Israel from idolatry, why aren't they called the Messiah?
Because I guess it's just a term that's designated for Jesus. In
Why?
our belief, because I'm not gonna try to go into your belief to explain, but in our belief, it's just designated for him. You don't need to
Right.
know
So
why.
so
It's
so
just
you
in
recognize what I'm getting at. The Quran
sure.
uses a term, you don't know what the meaning is provided by the source. You have to go outside of the Quran. You don't even know why he's called the term. He just says that and you just start believing it. You have no real reason why you believe the Quran is correct here. Why do you believe that the Quran is correct on this issue?
Because I believe it is from God.
That's circular.
It is
Because, for
circular,
example,
but
if something is 99.9% of the time right, but wrong on 1%, is it from God?
nope.
Right. So this is what we're testing. This
Yeah,
is what
but
we're
this is
testing.
this
So
is
this is
not
the
a
1% that we're testing.
yeah.
Is Jesus the Messiah, and why? Outside of the Quran, what can we use to prove the Quran true?
How can we prove the Quran is true about Jesus being the Messiah?
Yes, this
I mean,
is the big question.
you can use past narratives of him.
Past narratives, are
Yeah,
they reliable?
past narratives of Jesus being the Messiah.
Yes.
We're called to use the Quran as a criterion. So yeah, they're reliable
Criterion
if they
over.
don't, because this is circular reasoning, but you're giving an internal critique. So
So here,
yeah,
internal critiques do not safeguard someone from circular reasoning, especially when it comes to be a vicious circle. An internal critique is simply testing what the Quran says.
And number two, this isn't even an internal critique. This is critiquing the claim made by the Quran. It's not even an internal critique. So, what is the proof outside of the Quran that Jesus is the Messiah? Because the Quran condemns the Jews for not believing that Jesus is the Messiah when he came. What is the reason how they would have recognized him?
The reason that the Jews?
Yeah, how would the Jews have recognized Jesus as the Messiah? They didn't have the Quran, did they?
Yeah, but they didn't. They don't accept him as Messiah.
I know that. And the Quran condemns them for that. It says that they should have. Why should they have believed that Jesus is the Messiah? What reason would they have had to believe him?
Because he came to save Israel just like is prophesied in their books.
As is prophesied in where?
Their books.
Cool. So the books determine the truth about the Messiah. So what prophecies in their books, what messianic prophecies did Jesus fulfill in their books that proves that he's the Messiah and therefore the Quran true?
I mean, I don't have them off the top of my head.
Would you mind looking for them? Because this is the question that
Yeah, do you
Muslims
have any you want me to
ask.
look for? Or you just want me to find one?
Oh, you're asking me to help prove your claim?
My claim?
Yes.
But you
because
believe the same too.
your claim was
Yeah.
that the Messiah is prophesied in the previous scriptures. So where in the previous scriptures is the Messiah prophesied?
Oh, all right, I got you. Yeah, I got you.
Good man. I'll wait.
I was just gonna jump in with you.
Go ahead, brother Chris.
I wasn't gonna leave you out there high and dry by yourself, brother. I was joining in.
So
Hey,
far, all we got is this.
We believe, we don't need proof. Yeah. We don't understand the scripture, we don't need to.
We just
You
believe.
confused about it, that's okay, me too. Twisting up the truth is all we do. We ain't gotta prove all that. It could be true, you don't know that. We believe. We don't need facts. We just believe. Can you believe that?
That's why, LT.
Can you believe that?
Hey, word. That's why, my man. That's
All
why.
right, so I
That's
think we
why.
got we
Mhm.
got Zechariah 9:9.
Zechariah
I'd say
9:9.
that Jesus fits that.
So you
What?
believe that Zechariah is a valid scripture?
Did
No, I'd say that Jesus fits
I
that
hear
scripture.
the book of Zechariah come out of him?
Mm-hmm.
Oh Lord. Oh.
All right, yeah. What's the issue?
Zechariah 9, you said?
9:9. Jesus come lowly, riding on a donkey. The king.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
yeah, but
Wow.
it says his rule will extend from sea to sea, so obviously he didn't do that.
Oh,
What?
so
So this
if
a false prophecy
if he
then? Wow.
didn't do that,
Well,
then
no,
that means this isn't
because
a prophecy about Jesus.
it is a prophecy of Jesus because both you and I believe that's gonna happen in his second coming.
But you said he didn't do that though.
Yeah, but it's still it's not. How do I say this? It's not negated because he still has another coming. He's gonna come back and do
So
it.
what part of this fits?
What part of what fits?
What part of Zechariah 9:9 fits? What part fits Jesus? Because you said there is a part that didn't. So what's the
Yeah,
part that does?
the part that does fit Jesus.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, it says that. Hold on. What does it say? Let me read the context real quick.
Would you like me to read it for you?
Yeah, you can go ahead.
Zechariah 9:9. Rejoice greatly, O daughter of Zion. Shout aloud, O daughter of Jerusalem. Behold, your king is coming to you. Righteous and having salvation is he, humbled and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, on the foal of a donkey. And so how does this fit Jesus?
Hold on. What verse were you reading from? I thought you were
Zechariah
reading
9:9.
from number 1. Yeah, I thought you were going to read the context. That's what I was going to read.
All right, verse 10. I will cut off the chariot from Ephraim, and the war horse from Jerusalem, and the battle bow shall be cut off, and he shall speak peace to the nations. His rule shall be from sea to sea, from the river to the ends of the earth. So, how does which part fits Jesus? Because
I mean,
I agree with you
yeah,
that it fits, but we're just going to have to figure out how.
yeah. Well, he enters Jerusalem on a donkey.
Ooh, when?
Where can we find that?
You can find that in your Bible, I believe.
Where?
Hold on. I think I remember. I think I've seen this verse before. Yeah, I'll look to remember. I'll look to remember.
It's got to be
It's probably
God, because
Matthew.
I flipped in my Bible to Matthew and it flipped exactly there. Somebody say
Yeah,
thank you, Jesus.
I think it's Matthew 21.
LT,
So,
can you read this? Zechariah 2:10.
Yeah, Zechariah
Oh, Zechariah
2:10.
2:10. All right.
Mm-hmm.
Sing and rejoice, O daughter of Zion, for behold, I come and I will dwell in your midst, declares the Lord. And many nations shall join themselves to the Lord in that day, and shall be my people. And I will dwell in your midst, and you shall know that the Lord of hosts has sent me to you. Yep.
So if Jesus coming to Zion, who does the Zechariah 2:10 says coming?
If Jesus is coming?
No. According to Zechariah 2:10, who is coming to dwell in the midst of Zion?
Lord, hold on. Sing and rejoice, O daughter, for behold, I come and I will dwell in your midst, declares the Lord. Oh, the Lord.
Yes.
And who is the Lord according to that's God, brother.
Yeah.
So Jesus is God.
No, because when it says I will dwell in your midst, it's God manifesting not manifesting. His representatives come
It
as
doesn't
him.
say
We can see
it
this.
doesn't say his
It doesn't say that.
representative. Let's be honest with the
this
text.
is used throughout the Bible, though. Like when
Hold
I
on.
believe it's King.
Hold on. It's not often used everywhere in the Bible. In fact, Zechariah and the other prophets speak explicitly, especially when it refers to Yahweh who is coming. Yahweh specifically says, I am coming to dwell with my people in the midst of them. And then a few chapters later, as we saw, the king of Israel, the true king of Israel, Yahweh, is coming to his people riding on a donkey. This is what we see in Matthew chapter 21, beginning at verse, verse 4. This took place to fulfill what was spoken by the prophet, saying, Say to the daughter of Zion, Behold, your king is coming to you, humble and mounted on a donkey, on a colt, the foal of a beast of burden. The disciples went and did as Jesus directed them. He tells them about the donkey, or gathering the donkey. Verse 9. And the crowds that went before him and that followed him were shouting, Hosanna to the Son of David. Blessed is he who comes in the name of the Lord. Hosanna in the highest. So if this is the fulfillment, God coming to his people, riding on a donkey, and again, you pointed to this as a messianic prophecy, Jesus riding in on a donkey, his triumphal entry. In the life of Jesus, when does this take place?
In the life of Jesus, when does what take place?
This triumphal entry, Jesus riding in on a donkey. When does this take place?
Like, what are you asking for in reference to his life? Like, I don't understand.
In relation to his life. Yeah, this is recording a historical event, the triumphal entry. When does this happen?
When does I'm confused on what you're asking for, though. Like, what do you mean?
I'll tell you the answer, because you
like
don't know
age or something? I don't know
because you don't know that that you accidentally stepped into it by going to this prophecy. This is what Christians regularly call Palm Sunday. This is Jesus's last Sunday before he is crucified. So you went to a messianic prophecy that is fulfilled on the eve week of Jesus's crucifixion.
Matthew 21.
Confirming that Jesus fulfills this prophecy in his death, burial, and resurrection.
In his death, where does that follow?
Reading Matthew 21. Why is Jesus entering Jerusalem?
Why is Jesus entering Jerusalem?
Mm-hmm.
I believe it's Hold on.
Go. You don't have
It's
to go
like
very far. Read the previous chapter, Matthew chapter 20,
yeah,
beginning
yeah.
at verse 17.
Read what? Pardon?
Read Matthew chapter 20, starting at
Yeah.
verse 17. Would you like me to read it for you?
Matthew 20:17. No, I got it. Hold on.
Mm-hmm.
17.
Read 17 to 19.
While Jesus was going up to Jerusalem, he took the 12 disciples aside by themselves and said to them on the way, "See, we are going up to Jerusalem, and the Son of Man will be handed over to the chief priests and scribes, and they will condemn him to death. Then they will hand Then they will hand him over to the Gentiles to be mocked and flogged and crucified. And on the third day he will be raised. Then the mother of the sons
There you
of
go. That you got it. You got it. That's the whole
yeah.
context. So Jesus says he's going to Jerusalem. Why?
I mean, in this passage it says he's going to be crucified, basically.
Right. So he's going to Jerusalem in order to be crucified, to fulfill what the prophets have spoken.
Well, hold on, but where does this prophecy say that he's going to be crucified? I'm kind of lost here.
What, the Zechariah?
Yeah.
Oh, that's not just found in this verse. Go to Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10.
All right, man.
Yeah.
This is why everybody was getting excited when you went to Zechariah, because Zechariah is full of messianic prophecies, especially about the crucifixion. We saw first, because Word took you to Zechariah 2, which talks about Yahweh coming in the midst of his people. Zechariah 9 says that person is the one walking into Jerusalem, riding on a donkey. And here's Zechariah chapter 12, verse 10.
Is going to tell you what's going to happen when he gets into Jerusalem.
Mm-hmm. This is what happens when he goes into Jerusalem.
And I will pour out on the house of David and the inhabitants of Jerusalem a spirit of grace and supplication. They will look on me, the one they have pierced, and they will mourn for him as one mourns for an only child, and grieve bitterly for him as one grieves for a firstborn son.
Boom. So who's the speaker here?
Who's the speaker?
Mm-hmm. Who's the one who pours out upon Israel the spirit of grace and supplication? Who's the only one who can do that?
I mean, I believe it's the same figure as the other prophecy.
Right. So God, Yahweh, right? The one who said,
Himself?
the one who said, I am going to visit my people. The one who says, God is the only one who pours out the spirit of grace, right?
Got it. Hold on. What you say?
Who is the only one who is able to pour out the spirit of grace? Who is able to give out grace?
I mean, I'd say it's God or anyone he gives authority to.
So in the biblical context is God. No man has ever been able to give grace except God himself. And so it says, they will look upon me whom they've pierced. You see that, Z? They will look upon me whom they have pierced. Yes, Word?
Can you read this verse, Matthew 27, 35 and 37 through 38?
Mm-hmm. And over his head they put the charge against him, which read, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews."
Then two robbers were
crucified
crucified with
with
him. One on the right
One
and one
on
on
the
the
right
left.
and one on the left.
So
Yeah,
this
two robbers
King
were
of the
crucified with him.
Jews, which is Jesus, which you identified as Jesus, they even identified him with the sign above his head on the cross, says, "This is Jesus, the King of the Jews," while being crucified.
Yep.
Yeah.
And so God prophesies that he will be pierced.
Yeah, but I don't follow that it's God himself being pierced.
So then
Over
let's
here.
go back to the speaker. Who's the one speaking here in Zechariah 12:10?
In 12:10?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it should be the Lord.
Right. So the Lord says, they will look upon me whom they have pierced. So who does God say was pierced?
He says it's him.
Right. So you can't say you don't believe it because the text says it. The text plainly says, God prophesies that he will be pierced, that he will be crucified. Everywhere you go in Zechariah, it prophesies the crucifixion of Jesus. You went to one about the triumphal entry, which goes to Jesus being God who is crucified. So if this is a prophecy of Jesus, you just proved Christianity and Islam false. If Jesus is the Messiah, then he is God, the one who was crucified for you, and you need to submit to him.
Yeah, but the problem with this verse is I'm pretty sure it's speaking as Jerusalem as a whole.
So Jerusalem's the one speaking, the one who's going to pour out the spirit of grace and supplication?
No, God's speaking, but he's not when he says I'm being pierced, he's not talking literally as he's being pierced.
So when they look,
because it switches pronouns.
They look upon me, whom they have pierced. Does it say me or does it say him?
There's a pronoun shift. It says they will mourn for him as one mourns for
right. They will mourn for him. So there is not only a personal identification, but a second person identification as well. So there are multiple persons involved here.
Yeah, but
multiple
even then,
persons involved here.
But even
so what
then,
you just did is you actually proved the Trinity.
Yeah, but even then,
where does this?
Because hold on, Z, you shouldn't have a problem with God speaking in third person because that's what the Quran does all through the Quran. God, Allah speaks like this.
Yeah,
so
I don't have an issue with that.
So even we believe that this is, a prophecy about Jesus in a sense, showing that he is the one being pierced. Mm-hmm. Even if you're saying that, well, it switches to basically a third person talking, it still fits our paradigm.
Correct. And his own. So pointing out the second person does not help you at all. It don't
help you.
And again, we're still getting away from the fact that the historical fulfillment of this is Jesus's triumphal entry before his crucifixion. This is the prophecy that you went to. This is where Jesus fulfills this prophecy. If Jesus wasn't crucified, then what you just went to isn't a prophecy, and you're going to have to try again. But if this is a prophecy,
you said Zechariah 9 wouldn't be a prophecy?
Correct, because its fulfillment, just as you and I agreed, is Jesus going into Jerusalem in order to be crucified. If Jesus wasn't crucified and this didn't happen, then Zechariah 9 isn't a prophecy, and you're going to have to try again. But if it is a prophecy, then that means that Jesus fulfilled it by going into Jerusalem to die, while the Quran contradicts it, and therefore the Quran would be false.
I mean, Zechariah 9 doesn't mention anything about no crucifixion or nothing like that.
That's what he's saying is linked. Right. The fulfillment is in Zechariah 12.
Right. Yeah, so the question is, Z, if you're saying that this has nothing to do with the crucifixion, then when was this passage fulfilled by Jesus in your paradigm?
I said that he fulfilled the entry through a donkey to Jerusalem.
Right. When?
What you mean when? I told you when.
If this is the triumphal entry which you're referring to, then Jesus, according to his own interpretation in the previous chapter, is going into Jerusalem to die.
That's why he's went.
Hold on, repeat that part.
The fulfillment of Jesus, Jesus's fulfillment of this passage, according to him, is that he is going to Jerusalem in order to give his life. That's what we read in the previous chapter of Matthew 20, pardon me.
Yeah, but we're arguing if he fulfills the prophecy of Zechariah 9 of entering Jerusalem.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Jesus is saying that he fulfills this prophecy by going into Jerusalem to die.
Didn't you take him to Matthew 27 earlier?
I did. I took him to Matthew 21. I took him to Matthew 20.
Yeah, I think we got a problem here though, because I never said I would take from what Matthew saying.
So you believe in half prophecies then?
Wait,
No,
hold
because
on.
I told you. Yeah,
What
he
did we
told
do?
me.
Even then, word. He said he doesn't say that he cares about where whatever Matthew says. Then let's stop there. Let's scrap Matthew. Where do you get it from that Jesus rode into Jerusalem on a donkey?
No, I got it from there. Yeah.
So
Okay.
don't say that you don't care what Matthew says, because you just took from Matthew.
I do it from there because that's what you guys believe in.
No, I'm not
No.
asking you about what you believe
Yeah.
in. I asked you, in your paradigm, where is this verse fulfilled?
In my paradigm,
Yes.
in my paradigm, the problem is we don't have like when I'm arguing here, it's from your paradigm because my paradigm doesn't mention
I didn't
anything
ask
about
you. I didn't
no Old Testament
hold
prophecies.
on, Z.
Yeah.
Z, this whole time I have not been asking you about my paradigm. I have been asking you based upon your claims. You're the one who took us to the previous scriptures because you said that the Jews should have known that Jesus was the Messiah because he was prophesied in the previous scriptures and he fulfilled them. So we went to the passage that you went to,
You
Zechariah
led us
9.
here. You led us here.
Mhm. And so I asked you, where is this fulfilled? You said Jesus riding in Jerusalem on a donkey. Where do you get that from, if not the Gospels?
It can be any gospel. It don't have to be whatever like Matthew
So which
27
one?
says.
So which one do you get it from then? Which one is reliable enough for us to trust in order to go to? Because you're trusting it enough to say that this is fulfilling scripture, a reliable testimony of the fulfillment of prophecy.
Yeah, but
So
in
where are
my
you getting it from?
in my belief, none of this is a prophecy. When I'm arguing for
Then
Oh,
prophecy,
well, you don't
go
have
to
a.
it.
Well, then, LT, he
because
don't have a
you're
Messiah then.
arguing,
Then that means
I
you
won't appeal to
can't. Then that
your
means, hold on, Z. That
yeah.
means word is right. You don't have a Messiah. You can't answer this question. You can't prove to us why Jesus is the Messiah, because the reason that you gave is that Jesus is the Messiah because he fulfills prophecies.
Yeah, but I'm appealing to
So
your
if you're
guys'
if you're throwing away Zechariah now, then
I'm
what
not
prophecies did Jesus fulfill?
I'm not throwing anything away. I'm talking about I'm appealing to your books because I'm not gonna appeal to your books if I'm
Do
speaking
you
Z,
believe
to
in my books?
Z, we never asked you that. We just simply asked you, what is the
yeah,
Messiah? And
I
how do
told
you
you from the
know it's the
beginning.
Messiah?
I
And
told you from
you
the
on your
beginning.
own, no,
Yeah.
you as your own voluntary will, your free will, you went to this because the Quran doesn't tell you what the prophecies are. You
Yeah,
went
and
to
I told
this.
you
So
from
it's
the
not in
beginning. I
our
said we don't
paradigm,
need
Z. It's not
yeah.
in our paradigm. It is not even from our perspective. This is your proof
Lord.
text that you brought to prove that even in Islam, Jesus is the Messiah because he fulfilled these prophecies.
You see, word. This is what every single time we ask these questions, this is what the Muslims do. They claim to quote unquote accept our paradigm when we're asking them about theirs. They take us when we ask them about their paradigm, prove that Jesus is the Messiah. They take us to our scriptures. And then when we show them that our scriptures actually prove our point, because they're actually consistent with each other, they immediately throw the sources under the bus saying, I wasn't actually going here because I actually believed in this stuff. I believed because of you did. And I'm sitting here like the genie from Aladdin. Did you wake me up?
Yeah,
Did you
brother,
bring
did
me
you
here? And now all of
at
a
the
sudden
beginning
you
did I
rocking out
not
on me?
say
I
did I
don't
not
think
say
so. Hold
we
on, Z. Hold on, Z. I'm
yeah.
doing a bit. Respect the
Yeah,
bit.
go ahead. Go.
Respect the bit. Did you wake me up? Did you bring me here? And now all of a sudden you walking out on me? I don't think so. If you don't believe in the scriptures, don't go to them. Go to something you actually believe and have that actually prove your point. If we can do that, we could have such a quicker conversation.
Now, Z, you on mute. Come off mute.
Oh, I didn't realize I was on mute. I was speaking. All right. Anyway, I said from the beginning in Islam we don't have a reason. Well, we don't need it's not core to our belief to know why Jesus is the Messiah. And you insisted to know why. So I said we can go to your hold on. What did you say? You said why should the Jews believe in him? I believe. something like that.
I went here because the Quran says that the Jews, because they disbelieve in the Messiah, are judged. They're judged because of their refusal. So if the Jews have no good reason to believe that Jesus is the Messiah, why is Allah punishing them for not believing?
The same reason they didn't believe in any other prophet.
And what's that? They didn't have anything?
Pardon? They didn't have what?
Why are they being judged? What
Because they
reason?
reject every prophet.
What reason did they have to believe that these people were prophets? Because they claimed to be?
Through the things they preach and through the miracles they perform.
How do you know that they perform? What makes that valid enough for being a prophet?
The Quran states Jesus did do miracles.
So
According
what?
to Deuteronomy 13, a miracle's not enough.
Exactly.
But
So
that's in
again,
your paradigm.
according to apparently our corrupted books, miracles don't do anything. So again, that apparently isn't a valid reason. It's not enough to convince them. So what is the reason for why they should believe in any of the prophets? Any person can come and say, God is one, I'm a prophet, believe me. Would you believe someone if they said that to you, just that?
For what?
If somebody came to you and just said, there is only one God, I'm a prophet, believe me, and I pull a rabbit out of a hat, does that make me a prophet?
Well, no, but they recognize his mission
Right.
and they know where he comes from.
So what's the means of recognizing a prophet?
You recognize them through their consistency with earlier prophets and earlier messages.
How do we know if anyone is a prophet, previous or current? How do we know that the quote unquote previous prophets were prophets?
Us?
Yes.
We know because our book says so. Unless you talk about the people who lived there.
Okay. So that means that the Jews during the time of Jesus are subject to a book 600 years after them?
I told you, you said us. You said us here right now. Us.
Heavens, have mercy.
I asked you us, you said yes. I said we believe them through our books. How would I speak for someone back then?
So how do we know that the book is telling the truth?
Like, you want to know why the Quran is telling the truth? That's a whole other topic.
How do we know that the Quran is telling the truth about the previous prophets? Because the only thing that you've told me is that you believe the Quran because you believe in the Quran. That the Quran is right because the Quran is right. That's not going to convince anyone.
Well, I can
That's
get
not
into many
proof.
reasons why the Quran is what you should believe in.
So why should I believe in the Quran when it speaks about the previous prophets?
Well, first of all, it makes conscious edits of their stories that are more consistent with revelations.
How is that going to prove anything? How does that answer
it proves
any
to
of
be
my
more.
questions?
It
The only
proves to
thing
be
you're
more
saying,
historically reliable.
the only thing you're saying is that one book disagrees with another book. How do I know that when one book disagrees with the other book, that the one book is correct?
Because when that one book is more aligned with theological and
More aligned
historical
with
beliefs.
What is it going to
More
be
aligned
in
with
line
what?
with?
Yeah, I'm finishing my sentence. You're cutting me off. I said when it's more aligned with historical and theological beliefs.
Where would they get that previous theological belief from?
Right. Yeah. I mean, I just joined back in, but even I'm wondering what he's talking about.
Yeah, where would they get that
What?
previous theological belief from? Z.
Previous theological beliefs?
Yeah, where would they get it from?
I mean, when I say theological belief, I'm referring to, for example, the infallibility of prophets. Like when it says Moses.
No problem. So where would they get the message of the prophets to know that they're infallible?
Where does this even infallible thought come from outside of the Quran? That's the question that we're asking.
Because why would God choose someone who is flawed himself?
That's not a
That's just an assertion. We asking you what to bring. What are you going to bring? Because you're saying these prophets is infallible because they was revealed prophecy from God and they brought a message. Okay, and you said it have to be what the Quran says is more consistent with their previous message. Okay,
And also,
what is the
and
Quran
also,
going to be compared to?
right, and also Z, what to add on to what Word is saying, when you're making a ridiculous claim, like the Quran makes conscious edits, you do understand then that Moses is also, I mean not Moses, but Muhammad is supposedly correcting the message of those previous prophets that you just said are infallible. So how does that follow?
How can you
Yeah,
correct
the
infallible
prophets
works?
themselves did not make
Correct.
mistakes. It's their message being corrupted later on.
Okay, so
We never believed that the prophets
if
made
you
mistakes.
believe that Muhammad is consciously editing the previous scriptures, then do this for us, okay? I'll make it easy for you. Show me one piece of evidence archaeologically or manuscripturally throughout history. Brother, when I say history, I mean human history. I'm leaving you a latitude as wide as the planet. Show me one piece of history that shows that it is better in alignment with the Quranic version of the story and not the biblical version of the story. And I'm gonna give you a cheat code. You're not gonna find it. But go ahead.
Hold
Since
on.
Muhammad is editing the previous scripture,
So you want
where
me
was
to
Muhammad getting this information from? Where was he getting these corrected stories from?
the corrected stories from God? What you
From
mean?
God. So we're back to circular reasoning again.
You want the corrected
So
reasoning
despite
or
the fact, despite the fact that we have history showing that the biblical accounts of the Exodus is the correct one, right? Despite the fact that
historical accounts? We don't have any historical accounts of the Exodus.
really, so you're saying that all of Jewish culture is incorrect about their history. That's what you're saying. So you're saying
Well,
when,
if you
for
want-
example, the Quran says that there was only 9 signs, despite the fact that there was 10, and we know for a fact that until this day, the Jews still celebrate the Passover, which was, by the way, the 10th plague. You're telling us that we should believe the Quran, despite the fact that the Jews had been observing their survival of that 10th plague since thousands of years before your prophet was born. Are you kidding me, brother? You're
And
serious
Jesus
right now.
celebrated it too. So if he's
Right.
going to refer to Jesus as a prophet, Jesus celebrated a holiday that apparently Muhammad corrects.
Right. And while we're on the Exodus events, can you explain to us how Muhammad supposedly got it wrong when Allah told the Pharaoh that he was going to preserve his body and use it as a sign for future generations, except there's one problem, brother. We didn't find what they think was the Pharaoh's body until a century ago, and it was never used as an example for anybody. Or let's also talk about how supposedly in the Quran, the Pharaoh is threatening to crucify people, despite the fact that crucifixion didn't exist as capital punishment for
You want me
centuries
to
and
you want me to
centuries.
deal with this, like, and then you can jump to the next topic. Let me
Brother,
deal
I
with
mean,
that.
I'm just giving you examples of your book being incredibly wrong, and yet you are stating that it is the correct one. I don't understand.
you're speaking a lot. You wanted me to bring you proof first of all, and then you didn't let me bring any proof of
Brother,
Muhammad.
listen,
calling
Word
stories.
and LT can both tell you, I'm not literally asking you questions. I'm giving you examples as to why your book could not possibly be consciously editing anything, because when we do any sort of fact checking on your book, whether it's historically, theologically, scientifically,
so it
it's
passes
never
every-
correct. So
it
how
passes
can
every
something that's
historical-
wrong all the time, how can something that's wrong about so many things be correcting the previous
It
scripture?
passes every historical test you want to put on it. That's
No,
what
it
I was
doesn't.
even getting at
Okay,
earlier.
okay, great. So watch
and you
this.
cut me
Okay,
off.
great. It passed every historical test. So let me ask you then. When the
Yeah.
Pharaoh in the Quran is threatening people with crucifixion,
Yeah,
how is he
beautiful.
threatening people with crucifixion? Brother,
This is what I wanted to deal with. Yeah.
okay,
go ahead.
thank you. So tell me, how is he threatening to crucify people when crucifixion didn't exist for several centuries after these events with the Pharaoh? How?
Yeah. So the word used for crucify is salb, which just means to hang on a pole or a tree. It means it has nothing to do with crosses and the Roman style of crucifixion. It implies nothing related to the Roman style of crucifixion.
So he's saying to crucify even though it means to hang. So why wouldn't they have just said that he was going to hang them? Because to crucify was very specific. So you're 100% incorrect.
What's 100% incorrect?
That they would not have said crucify because the specific style, crucifixion, was a very specific methodology of execution. He would not have said crucify if he was threatening to hang
Brother,
people.
he didn't say crucify is a translation. I just told you the Arabic word is salb. Yusalli banakum.
So
That
you're
means to
saying
hang
that
you on a pole.
so you're saying that the Muslim linguists who translated this throughout the centuries are all incorrect. That's what you're saying?
Actually, every Muslim agrees with me.
Every Muslim agrees with you except for the ones that translated the Arabic
they
into
use
English.
these terms because they appeal to our understanding. So we would be able to picture what he did.
Okay. So they said crucify even though they meant hang. So why didn't they just say hang?
I just told you it appeals to our understanding of what he actually did to them.
Okay, so how do you let's say for instance I was silly enough to believe that. How do you explain your God claiming that he was going to preserve the Pharaoh's body while he was supposedly drowning in the Red Sea and using it using it? Listen, brother, keep your mouth closed and listen. How do you explain your Allah making a claim that he was going to do something that never ever happened?
So about Pharaoh's being used as a sign, right?
Yes, brother. Yes.
Yeah, so him being drowned while he was chasing Moses and his followers, that in itself is a sign.
No, it's not. No, it's not. I see what the problem is because you're trying to lie to words audience, okay? Because in that verse, the words used are today. So today we will save you in body. Today we will preserve you in body and use you so that future generations can heed the example of Allah. Today, brother, today. Now let me ask you, when did the Exodus events take place? How many years ago?
Are you really arguing for a literal interpretation of the word today? This is such a weak argument.
Yes, today.
This is such a weak argument because even the Quran itself was revealed over 23 years. It was not today.
Okay, brother.
And to God,
look at that's not what we're talking. I don't care about how long it took for your revelation to take place to your prophet. Okay, I'm asking. Listen, bro. Stop trying to play word games with me. Okay, because I'm not gonna play
playing word games, brother.
You are telling me that when your God says today, and throughout the translations, you know what it also says? So this day. So when it says this day, is it not talking about that day?
The day it happened, yeah.
Now you're stuck,
the day
right?
it happened,
no
yeah.
matter which translation you look at, it's clear that your God was telling Pharaoh that on that right there, that day when it was happening, he was going to preserve his body and use him as an example. When was Pharaoh used as an example,
Exactly.
bro? When was he used as an example?
His story of being drowned was used as an example.
So that's how they preserved his body and used it as an example. Word, can you bring up the verse for me, please? Surah 1092.
Yeah.
I think the dude has been pummeled.
Yeah, I think so too.
I got you. So today
I think I gotta throw in the towel for him, man. Like
I got you, yeah.
Like he's been beat up so long, man. Like
I'm right there with you. I agree with you.
Because no matter what, Maverick, he's not gonna hear what you're saying.
I agree,
brother. These are really like the arguments before you were much stronger than these.
Hey guys,
well, you know what, brother?
Really
But you know what's crazy about it? You're saying that my arguments are not strong, but you're addressing them like a child. Oh, you're saying when he says today, you're saying that when he says today, he means today? Well, let's see. The Muslim linguists who translated this many times into English throughout the centuries all agreed that he meant today. As a matter of fact, there's one specific one that says
today as
this
back
day.
Then, when
okay, brother. So if Allah says this day, what is he saying?
He was speaking to Pharaoh, so the day it occurred.
Exactly. So he was speaking to Pharaoh when? When did the Pharaoh drown in the Red Sea, bruh?
After the Exodus.
During the Exodus events.
During the Exodus,
So if he drowned during the Exodus events, which took place 3,000 years ago, and your God's promise was never fulfilled, his body was never preserved, and he was never used as an example to anyone, even if we wanted to go with your ad hoc explanation about today not meaning today, which is laughable, 3,000 years transpired, and the event that your God promised was going to happen never, ever happened.
I'm gonna give you the last word, Z. Get it out, and then we got to move on. Go ahead, Z. Oh, LT.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, word. Before we go there, I do want to point out one thing here. about Surah 2071, where Brother Maverick pointed out that the term crucify means to crucify. And of course, our friend Z said that it doesn't mean that, it just means to hang. Where I was actually looking both on Quran Corpus and the English translations, every single one of them, from what I've seen, literally says crucify. Sahih,
Yeah, and you know what, LT? LT, I let it go because I knew he was lying. But you got to remember, he wants to appeal to wordplay, so I wanted to take him to one where Allah more literally, like, actually screwed the pooch on it. But now he's playing, oh, well, today doesn't mean today. I'm sorry, y'all. Today don't mean today. This day, today, it don't mean today. When you're talking to a Muslim, the day you're talking about doesn't mean that day. Just making it clear.
Yep.
Yeah. I used to run this argument a while back too, Maverick. They never going to concede to that. Well, about the crucifixion
there's historical proof that impaling was used as a punishment before the Romans.
But it's not impaling. Not even your tafsir say that it was impaling.
Crucifixion is not impaling.
Exactly. If we go to Ibn Kathir, he points out that this is referring to crucifixion. In fact, he says specifically as a public punishment. And he quotes Ibn Abbas that this, apparently the hanging of, or the crucifixion of Moses, was intended to be the first time that this was ever used.
Yeah, so you know
That's
that
what Ibn Abbas says.
that there are historical references to the term crucifixion itself too.
Not at the time of the
Not
Pharaoh.
at the time of Pharaoh.
Not a Pharaoh,
You see,
bro.
because the term crucifixion, or not even
No, but
just
you
the term,
stated
not
it-
even
you
just
stated
hold
it
on,
originated with the Romans.
hold on. Not even just referring to Roman crucifixion. The Romans perfected it. The Persians invented
started it.
But it was still hundreds and hundreds of years after the time of Pharaoh.
Yep. And that's what we're telling you, Z. It's not, brother, we're not trying to beat up on you. The problem is when you make a claim like the Quran or Muhammad is consciously correcting, brother, you're not honest enough with yourself to realize how much is wrong with your book. And I'm going to tell you right now, I don't expect you to see it, because 1 Corinthians 2:13 and 14 is literally about you and everybody else who tries to make these little claims. Okay, you literally can't see what's right in front of your face. But
You're
the
saying
problem is
it's wrong according to your narrative.
That's not Z.
No,
That's not
historical.
Is that it's a conscious edit.
That is a
The whole point
historical
that is
claim, Z.
Sir,
the whole point,
brother,
is
a conscious edit does not work if we can prove historically that it's inaccurate, brother.
Just because it's conscious
can't
doesn't mean
prove-
that it's right.
You
I
can't
can
prove that
intentionally
Solomon was never
change
done.
something. Hold on.
All
I
right.
can intentionally change something that I disagree with, and I still be wrong. Claiming conscious edits doesn't help you at all. In fact, it
Exactly.
makes it worse.
Exactly.
So
That's-
here, my
edits of the
friend,
Quran do
this is
align
what
with
we
history.
hold on, Z. This
Z.
is what
Like, I
we've
can
gone
turn
through throughout
this. I
the
can
entire.
turn
Hold on.
this.
I'll leave you with this. In the entire point of this conversation, especially between you and I, you came up to answer my question. And my question was, how do you know? How can you prove that Jesus is the Messiah? About anything about the
Why'd you
previous
just flip
prophets.
the whole script,
and
bro?
what you demonstrated throughout our entire conversation, and especially you admitted this at the beginning, you can't prove it. The only thing you have is that the Quran says so, and I must believe in the Quran first and then accept it. That's
you
not
interrupted
proof.
me to flip the whole script.
That's
I
not
was about to
proof. That's
say.
blind faith.
The
If you're
conscious
going,
edits
if
of
you're
the
going, if you're
Quran
going, if you're
align
going
with
to
history,
hold
brother.
on, Z.
All right, Z.
Good Lord.
Brother, you
You
interrupted
have a
me.
good one, Z. You have a good one. You have a good one.
Think about this conversation, my man. You're a smart kid.
Yeah. Yeah, you gotta be honest with yourself, man. And you know the thing is, as a Christian, I'm gonna tell you guys both, and neither one of you know this about me, but about 5-6 years ago, the reason I'm truly as a Christian as I am now and love apologetics the way that I do is because I was truly trying to disprove Christianity. I was looking for reasons not to be Christian. And the more that I looked, the more that I read, the more I was honest about it, the more I said, I'd be stupid to continue to fight against this, because the more I try to disprove it, the more I'm seeing otherwise. And that's not to say that I didn't know about the Quran and Krishna and all this other stuff, but none of that stuff even remotely holds water the way that Christianity does. And the fact that this dude is sitting here saying things like today doesn't mean today. What do you even do with that? What you supposed to do with that?
Yeah, I mean, I went through a similar phase, Maverick. Like I said, I don't know was right or wrong. I'm gonna tear everything down. Like, and I'm gonna just start looking at everything. I'm gonna look at all these other religions. I'm gonna look at all of this other, everything. Buddhism, everything. And nothing made sense. It was always big gaping holes in all of them, except Christianity. Christianity literally provides the evidence, the historical value, everything that you want. Archaeologically, everything you can find in Christianity. And it all puts together. It's like some people come to Christianity as far as, revelation or something, supernatural happened to them. Some people just come to it because it's logical. It makes sense. Some people follow the evidence and they come to believe. It's all different ways. It's all different ways.
That was honestly how. Yeah, go ahead, brother, man. My
No, I was just saying mine was a mixture. I knew when the Holy Spirit had reached out to me, because during this journey when I really was like looking at and starting to read the Bible and whatnot, I'll never forget, I was at work and I felt like someone was grabbing me by the back of the neck. And the only one who had ever done that to me in my whole life was my father when I was growing up. Like when I was messing up, you know how your daddy come up behind you?
Yeah.
Boy. And I felt that very same thing, but my dad obviously wasn't there. That's when I knew. As soon as that I felt that touch on the back of my neck, it was almost like I was infused with this message. And essentially it was like, this is the last time I'm coming to you. I will not come to you again. That was when I knew. That was it. From that journey on, this is who I was.
Yep.
That's the way it was for me too. I mean, I was raised a Christian, baptized at 7, but I was like, as I grew up and of course started going to college, I had the conviction of, if you're going to be a Christian, you need to know what you believe and why you believe it. And that actually drove me into researching. It strengthened my faith. And not only did it do that, but it got me into apologetics. That was about 10 years ago now. And now I have a master's degree.
Amen. Won't God do it?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Won't he do it?
Hey, man, I've been on 4 hours, bro. Man, it's good cooking with you again, BD.
Hey,
my
keep
bad.
an ay out, man.
LT.
This Black Doctor, you need literally introduce
You
Black
always,
Doctor.
but hey. Man, that's a banger, bro.
I tell you what, man, I am excited. Is that one going to be on the new album, or are we waiting for something else?
Don't you know I got
Are you working on another one, bro?
I got so many songs, bro.
You doing another one?
Yeah, I literally got like 40-something songs, bro. Like I'm trying to fit them all into a certain genre. I'm going to pass them along to Logic, and I send them to you too, Black Doctor, so you can, and we can all come together and be like, I like this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and whichever ones make the list, I would say. Then that's gonna have to be the one. It's a lot of songs, bro. I'm still getting new songs every day, bro.
You should get together with everybody on I don't know, Discord, because you can have as many people. Like I think with the other services, you can only have so many people. We should start like our own Discord where it's only like a certain amount of people. Certain people only have access to it, and then really kind of get those opinions for the people that you want in there. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I mean,
Just
Walk
don't
is
pull a
going
Drake
crazy,
and put all 3 albums out.
bruh. I got enough for probably another 2.5 albums at least.
Wow.
Maybe 3. For real. They all gonna get used. They all gonna get used, but I don't know which set of songs should go with. You know what I'm saying? Like when you do an album, you want it to flow. You know what I'm saying? Like you want it to flow, no skips, no nothing. So in a certain genres of these songs that I want to put in, because these is not just because the last one was all heavily basically Islamic apologetics, polemics,
right?
You know what I'm saying, type of song. Nah, not this one. This got worship songs. It got inspirational songs. It got heavy Christian theme songs. You know what I'm saying? So it's Dude,
I still work out to your original album.
It's a different
direction.
It's a different direction than the first.
Like your old playlist, well, your old album is my daily playlist. I promise you that.
Yeah, I listen to it every time. Dude, the Muslims in your chat are still crying. Listen, we know that crucifixion is old, guys. We're not saying that it's not. We're saying that it didn't exist at the time of the Pharaoh. And I know why you guys don't want to deal with that, because it's just another example of how your Quran is wrong. Listen, I'm gonna make this easy for you. I'm gonna tell you right here. You heard it here first. Your Quran is wrong, bro. There's a lot of wrong things in your Quran. This is not new stuff. Okay, your Quran is wrong. I promise you, in each chapter, everybody in this panel right now, we can point out minimum one thing wrong in every single chapter of your Quran. Every single one. And I'm being generous because I guarantee you it's several things per chapter.
It's very wrong.
And I'm just gonna leave the conversation with this, because it seems like y'all, like the Muslims in the comment section, just don't get it. Yes, we know that crucifixion is old, but the same problem with this is the same problem with your prophet's choice of women. It's old, but it's not old enough.
That's right.
That's right. That's right. And then with that being said, it's time for us to get up out of here. I appreciate you, Black Doc. I appreciate you, Mav. Y'all boys came through cooking with me, you know. I'm just glad. I know it still sounds a little funny to you, according to GJ, but as long as the audience can hear good, they say everything is perfect, you know.
No, you sound great, Word. So I was going to tell you if you want to call me later, because I'm at work all night anyway. I don't know what you got going on, but yeah, it sounds good in the audience. When you're on panel, there's a slight echo. On YouTube, it sounds great. So you have the same issues, but there were some ideas I did have too. So whenever you want to do that, we can do that.
For sure, for sure. But I'm going to get up out of here.
God bless y'all, man.
God bless, God bless. Appreciate you, LT, for coming up. God bless you, bro.
Of course, man. Take care.
Y'all know what time it is. You ain't got to go home. You ain't got to go to bed. One thing you must do, you got to watch your head. All right?